All right, I think I'm live. If that is true, and if you can hear me, and if I sound all right, hit that number 1. And me, very good. Bruce, good. West G, good. Yep, good morning, me. Good to see you. All right, I think we are. I think we're a fully operational battle station here. Trade TTWO. No, that would be a waste of my time, Samir. TTWO is a stock. Day trading stocks is garbage, my friend. Pure garbage. Not efficient. There's better ways to go about it from a day trading standpoint. So, Samir, assuming you mean trade TTWO from a day trading standpoint, absolutely not. Total waste of time and capital. And you're taking on way more risk than is needed. So, assuming, again, if you're talking like a swing trade or something, fine. My comments don't apply. But if you're saying that from a day trading standpoint, with all due respect, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Morning, Noah. Yeah, same to you, Bruce. You're not day trading it, are you, Samir? Please don't tell me you're day trading stocks, man. Come on. Let's work smarter, not harder. Hey, if you have you been here before and you know that you're going to enjoy, make sure you hit that like button. If you're brand new, welcome. Great to have you. No need to hit the like button. I totally understand. You don't know if you're going to like, but friendly reminder, hit that like button. Let's get this thing up to 100 likes. Get that monkey off her back, and then we can keep on moving strong past the 2-hour mark. If you are new, I go for 2 hours for sure. But if people are still interested, I'll continue on, and I gauge interest based off of likes and super chats. So we got to have at least 100 likes by the 2-hour mark for me to keep on moving. So like I said, hit that like button. The sooner we get up to that 100 mark, the sooner the monkey is off our back. I'll get rid of these lines over here now. How'd everybody's morning go? Hopefully good, since it's a Friday. Always an ideal thing to have a good Friday. Not going to the weekend regretting something or, whatever. So yeah, how was your days? Wes? Okay, Wes is, you're not Wes G, are you? You're just Wes. Because earlier we had a Wes G, now we just have a Wes. Or are you the same Wes? Did you change your name? Either way, I like you, Wes, because you actually you are participating. You're interacting with me, which is always appreciated. Oh, you're the same. Okay. Well, keep an eye on this trend line. I'm not quite sure I believe enough to buy it. Yesterday blew my PA. Thought I was over tilt trading, but up 500 today. Yeah, Bruce. Tilt is I don't know. For me, I can't speak for all traders, but I'm not sure tilt ever goes away. I think the goal, or at least my argument would be, the goal for traders should be just create bigger and bigger spaces of time for whenever tilt happens. So instead of, tilt happening once a day, let's maybe just once a week. And then after once a week, maybe once every couple of weeks. And then after that, you get the idea. But I'm not quite sure tilt ever necessarily goes away, because a requirement for trading success is you've got to be a competitive person, because this is hard. It's just one competition. But competitive people sometimes just go into overdrive mode, which is what we would call tilt. They get so competitive that they kind of behave irrationally. So that's why I say, for me, I'm not sure a competitive person can ever totally avoid going on tilt from time to time, but quote unquote from time to time, I would say try to put as big of a space between those as you can. All right, we're at the trend line. And then smacked right back down from it. We'll see if the price can push up through it. Like I said, I'm not, I don't know. I'm trying to find my sea legs here for the live stream. I'm trying to kind of find my sweet spot for now. Yesterday's live stream was a bit bumpy, if you remember that one from yesterday. Still managed to close green, which was good. Protege, I disagree. I'm not sure what you disagree with. You don't disagree. You don't. There, I said many things, so there are several things you could have disagreed with. So you got to provide a little bit more context than just saying I disagree. You think that a trader can eventually have tilt go totally away? Probably should get this lower trend line because that's a interesting little level there. Just because I can't help myself, we got to make this proportionate. It's going to drive me nuts. There we go. All right, yeah, so let's see what it does with this wedge here. It is occurring in an overall bullish context, and this is probably easier to see via the 5-minute chart. So 5-minute is, move up, came back down. Now we're in this move back up and chopping around a little bit. That doesn't mean that it's this pennant or this, wedge is going to break to the upside. That's just more so the general context of things right now. What are we talking about here, Protege Trader? Are we talking about day trading, or are we talking about just general like business building, wealth building, stuff like that? I am talking about things from a day trading standpoint. I'm not sure what a billionaire has to do with day trading. There are no billionaire day traders. I will tell you that right now. If you think you're going to become a billionaire day trading, that's not going to happen. It's not scalable enough. Now, if you want to be an investor, if you want to be a swing trader, buy a company that you find undervalued, and then, Warren Buffett style, and then hold on to the thing for months or years. Yeah, you can become a billionaire, but day trading, no. You can't scale big enough. For example, in futures, seriously, try to buy 50 NQs at a time or such and such. The market will notice. Okay, so okay, now you're changing the argument. Okay, Protege, it's hard to have a conversation with somebody that's going to change your argument as it goes. So first it was billionaires, now it's millionaires. Then if I could prove that wrong, well, people that make $100,000, like at some point. But yeah, millionaire day traders, they have their bad days. If you don't think millionaire day traders don't have bad days, I'm not sure what to tell you. If you think it is possible to just be a day trader and just never, ever, ever have any bad days where you lose your mind a little bit, I think you're living in a world of fantasy and unicorns and Sour Patch Kids and all that. Hey, good morning, Alan. Can you become a six? Yeah. Six figure, sure. I wouldn't even push back against a millionaire trader. Yeah, I that's reasonable. But billionaire, no. Because there's something that happens. So there is a cool chart. I don't know where it is, but I think, don't quote me, but I think if you start with $3,000 and then you make 3% per trade, I want to say it's either 100 trades or 200 trades, and then you've made like $1 million because of the compounding interest and all that. But while the spreadsheet is true, that's why I like to call spreadsheet math. The real world math is towards the end, so like the final 10 trades, you're having to put in like $850,000 into a position. That's going to change somebody's mind. The market's going to notice $850,000 that you're trying to buy just like that. And then that's where things can get a little squirrely. That's why big banks and funds, they're like, when I want to buy 1 million shares, like you don't just go out there and put an order in for 1 million shares because the market's going to notice that. People like you and I with little ants, like they're not going to notice our little orders. But the thing is, all those, you eventually reach a point where some of those, charts and stuff where it's going to be requiring you to put in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars into a single trade. That's where it starts to depart from some sort of little spreadsheet where the math is true. That's why I call it spreadsheet math. But the real world math, things get a little bit shaky. No, I'm saying you have enough money. There's no pressure. Yeah, that's why that's why my argument has nothing to do with pressure. It has to do with you have to be a competitive person to find success as a trader. And competitive people, sometimes that competitiveness brings out the tilt. So yeah, it has nothing to do with the pressure. It has to do with the competitiveness. Whether you have $1 million or $1 or $1 billion, they're competitive. That's why billionaires, they like to compete against one another. They don't do it for the money. They have more money than they even know what to do with. They do it because they're competitive. They want to beat the other person. They want to stay at the top of that list. The list just happens to be, it's a game. Money is a game. Money is a sport. Money keeps score. Or, there are numbers that keep score. These numbers just happen to be money. So I think a lot of people don't well, when is enough enough? They've already have enough. They're not doing it for the money. They're doing it because it's a game. They're competitive. They want to grow. They want to build stuff. Let's see how far we can take it. So it has nothing to do with pressure. It has everything to do with just competitiveness. No, if you start with 100 and make 10%, well, that might be one of the charts. There's another chart out there that I saw once that was $3,000 and 3%. But again, Protege, that's just spreadsheet math. That's not going to work out in the real world. Because first, making 10% a day, right. And then towards the end, when you got to put in, $50 million into one trade, yeah, sure. The market's not going to notice a $50 million trade. How many NQ do you trade at a time? It depends on the strategy. Calisthenics. Well, that was why I didn't like taking that short. Remember what I mentioned earlier? What is the context that this wedge is in? Context is bullish. So, not totally shocking to see that be a failed breakdown when the overall context is bullish. Now, if this was in some big old downtrend and it did that, that's a brutally nasty move. But, it's still nasty, don't get me wrong, but, hopefully it's not shocking because this is occurring in a downtrend. 10% a day is a tough, yeah. I know an 18-year-old, here we go. He knows an 18-year-old that he saw on TikTok. How many days is the minimum to pass an eval? 5 days. But day 6, you could get paid in theory, calisthenics. So I know some prop firms are like, you can pass in 1 day. Yeah, but what they're not telling you is that you don't have an opportunity to get paid for 8, 9, 10 days. So yes, take profit. It's a 5-day test period. But again, the time for you to actually start to get paid would be technically on day 6 if you played it perfectly. Whereas other prop firms, if you play it perfectly, then you're still not getting paid till day 8 or 9. Even though you passed the test in 1 day, you still have all that backloaded time that you have to go through. Hey, X. So yes, 5 days is the minimum, but then you could, in theory, if you played it right, start to get payments sent to your account on day number 6. That trend line, wow, it's a stubborn bugger. I'm getting closer and closer to being interested in buying it. We'll see, though. Hey, Hoover, good morning. Hey, if you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, make sure you hit that like button. We're trying to, let's just, one step at a time. Let's drive this up to that 50 like mark. So, wow. So the payoff hit the bank after, correct. After you pass, which would be 5 days, because the test period is 5 days, calisthenics, you would be eligible for a payment in day number 6. So day number 6, you could start to request payments. Yeah, what Emmy said. Yeah, that doesn't make other prop firms a scam. It's a little deceiving in the sense of people see, you can pass a test in 1 day. Well, that's true, but you're still actually, it's going to take longer for you to ever get any payment sent to you as opposed to Take Profit Trader. Signed up yesterday for the 50K account. Watched some of your videos, and now I am looking to take my free. Awesome. Great, Chandler. I am excited to hear what you think about futures. Like the video, guys. It'll help Clay with the algorithm. Thank you. Yeah, and then he can help more. Yeah, I appreciate that, X. Thank you. Yeah. Hit that like button if you're enjoying. We are right at the bottom of this trend line. And look at this. A couple more times, it just bounced right off that level. The power of trend lines and charts. Are charts perfect? Nope, that's not my claim. Are they a worthwhile tool? Yeah, I think people should learn charts. Hey, good morning, Ken. Look at this. Right off that trend line a couple times. We are out of room, though. The price has got to make some sort of decision here. Hey, Curl, been a while. Good to see you. Anybody going to buy this breakout here? I am thinking about it. Hit my profit target today on my 50K. Well, good job, Ken. All right. So you got to do 2 more flip days. And I think Ken... Whoops. All right. Well, there is the breakout. I missed it. Ken? Too easy. But Ken, do you know what a flip day is? You've seen me do a couple flip trades, right? When I say flip day, flip trade, do you understand what I'm getting at? Okay, cool. Yep. Just something to consider, Ken. It may be worth getting another test started. That way, once you have that pro account, and then you can get another past account, you won't necessarily have the pressure of, okay, I don't want to blow the pro account. You'll alleviate some pressure because you're like, okay, even if I blow it, I still have another past test ready to plug back in whenever that's ready. So just something to consider. If you want to kind of try to start to, I guess, or from another angle, if you want to get to eventually the point of copy trading, then yeah, you'll kind of want to keep a assembly line of accounts flowing to get to that pro status. But just something to keep in mind. Studying your YouTube videos and reading everything on your site. Cool, Curls. I'm in, but I didn't like the entry. First profit I get off pro. Seems reasonable. Take the risk of your trades and second account or paper it. Mammon, hello. No, Ken, yeah. Sounds like you got a plan mapped out. Hey, Childlike is here. I am doing well. Hopefully you're having a good day. Well, I was talking to Ken, so I'm going to blame Ken. It's easier that way. It's easier to blame other people, so I blame Ken for not buying that breakout. I know an 18-year-old who made $1 million at 12 from back of class. Now he just graduated high school, only trades options every day, and crazy about sticking to a system, and he just bought a Lambo. Uh-huh. I hope you can respect my thoughts, and I'm a little leery of that claim. I'd be curious what his system is. And how do you know this? Okay, that's how. So I'm going to delete that out. We don't need you spam. Yeah, okay. So a social media person who's 18 is claiming that. Excuse if I'm a little, a little hesitant towards somebody on social media claiming that they sat in the back of class and just got, $1 million. Hopefully we can be respectful of one another, and you can understand where I'm coming from when I'm a little bit I'm not quite sure I believe that. Well, then you better go follow a system, man. Sounds like you'll be a millionaire. Go follow a system. Why aren't you doing a system if you know them? Well, what does having to do on talk shows have anything to do with anything? So the logic is, if you are on a talk show, everything you say is true. Hey, Judd, good to see ya. My first trade, 120. Okay, you can stop talking about other traders. I don't like that here because I don't know who these other traders are, and I don't want my channel to be responsible for funneling people to people that I have no idea who they are. So you can just talk in generalities. There is a trader who, you don't have to name names. Nobody's being banned, but I'm gonna delete those messages. Again, I kind of keep to myself, so I don't really know who any of these names are. So I have no idea what they're saying, what they're promoting, what they're promising. So I am not looking to direct people to these people. So you may speak about traders. All I ask is just keep it in general. Like I said, I'm an old grumpy guy. I'm not looking for the drama. So I don't know who's who. I don't know who's got beef with who and all that. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just trying to live a simple life. So just keep the names out of it. Even if it's like a super great person, if I don't know that, well then I just, exactly. Get off my lawn. You look comfy, Clay. I am very comfy. Okay, Protege, I still don't know what that has to do with the conversation. Are you saying that he never goes on tilt, he never has bad days? If you're going to say, no, he never goes on tilt, he never has bad days, we'll just have to agree to disagree on that. You're also coming across, though, as somebody that I could potentially sell oceanfront property in the state of Arizona to. I'm starting to get that vibe from you. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Oh my goodness. People they don't listen. They don't listen. Maverick, as I was just saying, just keep names out of it. I don't know who these people are, so I don't want names in here. You may talk about people in general. This trader did this. That's fine. Stop complaining, mate. YouTube just brought me here waiting to see what you do. I wasn't aware that I was complaining. I'm just trying to map out what I would like from the chat. But hey, I'm glad YouTube brought you here. I don't think there's been a single troll here, Daniel. So I would disagree with that. I don't see any trolls. I just see people that... I'm just having a back and forth. I didn't realize that was a joke. Regardless... If it was definitely a joke, then I don't want names because I don't want, hey, this chat is making fun of blah, blah, blah. It's just like, I don't want the drama. So you can make a joke. Just leave names out of it. That's all. That's all. But yes, I'm all for jokes. I'm all for jokes. I just don't want any drama that can come with it. ABT's he's not joking, or he's not messing. He's just saying. Sounds like quite the story, Protege. Sounds like quite the story. Well, I think this trend line has served its purpose. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Congrats if anybody did take that breakout. Chart's doing just fine for you. I don't know. Maybe I think maybe some of us have different definitions of trolling. I haven't seen anybody trolling. After I complete the challenge, how many days will it take for me to receive the pro account? I checked the website, but it should be pretty quick. Should be pretty quick after you've passed. Tuan, I'm done for the day. Thought it was going to be red day since Apple and Amazon fell earnings. Then this morning found out there is some kind of report. Now Nasdaq is trying. Yeah, I don't put too much stock in the news and earnings and all that sort of stuff. I just look at the chart. I just read the chart. Hey Clay, thanks for the. I lost 50% of my portfolio after you told me to sell, and now I'm looking. Well played, sir. Well played. Protege, again, it should not be hard for you to believe. I just said, I really don't care. I have done my own thing for years now. I've been asked to be on many podcasts. I'm like, nah, I'm all right. Like, I just keep my head down. I grind. I do my own thing. Yeah, I know who some broad names are. But other than that, I have no idea. Like, seriously, I'm like the grumpy old guy. I'm like the old YouTuber that's been around since, again, literally been around since 2013. So I have no idea whose channels are and I don't care. So with that context, I hope it's not too shocking that I've never heard of this trader. Okay, bye. All right, see you, ABT. I'm not sure what ABT was looking for. I think, was ABT like a sheep? Hey, you going to tell me when to buy so I can just puppet you? I don't know. That was weird. That was real weird. Hey, Clay, love from India. Hey, thanks, gamers. Is there a limit how much you can make eval? Yeah, with Take Profit Trader, they have 50%. Oh, I like you, ABT. Sorry, sometimes it's hard to know where people are at. I don't always pick up on the humor because sometimes I think people are joking, but then I find out they're not joking. So I'm still learning. I'm still learning the world of live streaming. Is there a limit? How? Yeah. So Chris, for example, it's a very easy rule to follow. So for example, 50K, if you're doing that account, profit target is 3,000. So they have a consistency rule only during the test phase. That's 50% consistency, meaning you're only allowed to make 50% of your profit target. So in this situation, in a single day, you would only be able to make $1,500 because they're trying to be like, okay, we're not going to allow you to just show up with one trade, YOLO, get lucky, and then pass. So they want to see some sort of consistency. That's how they buffer against that. But again, after you move from test into pro, there is no more consistency rule. You can make as much as you want. But that's how that rule is on Take Profit Trader there. Brooklyn Bamboo. Hey, Clay, how long did it... I need to do a video for this. I get like that question 40 times. 40 times a stream. Yeah. Yeah, come on in. I know I told you. Did you go walking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go watch Frankie now.
After you come and say hi.
Okay.
You gotta say hi. You want to try to make some money?
Yeah.
All right. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, chat. No, you gotta lean up here and talk. Say hi, chat.
Hi, chat.
Okay.
I don't like most I like my friends.
You just like your friends? Oh, most of these people are friendly.
Yeah. These are
Any
your
pets,
friends.
Clay? No, I have. I'm not saying that kids are pets. I'm just saying I have 6 kids, so I have enough that I'm trying to keep alive. I don't need another mouth to feed.
Excuse me, Dad.
Yeah.
What is these?
Those are just emails.
Oh, animals.
No, emails, not animals. Emails, which means electronic mail. You know how we get mail in our mailbox?
Maybe
Hey, do you know how we get mail in our mailbox?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the same thing, except it's just email or electronic. It just shows up on my computer. So
That's
instead of coming into our mail,
junk or yours?
some of it is junk. Yeah.
Yeah. I think mine is going to go up.
You think the money's gonna go up?
Yeah.
Should I buy here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's make sure that we get one. Okay, should I buy right here then? Do you think it's gonna go up?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna buy. Okay, we're in. Let's see that blue line. We want this green bar to go above that blue line.
Oh.
Uh-oh, it's going below it.
We should watch Angel Pirates.
You want to watch Age of Empires? Oh, there we go. Look, should I sell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we made $3. Good job. All right.
Let's go watch.
Okay. You need something?
No.
Kit just made us $3.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Daddy, let's go watch Frankie now.
Is it raining yet?
No.
No.
Because she told me to buy. Come here, look. See this right here?
Yeah.
She was like, I think the money's going to go up. So I said, should I buy? And then she bought, and it went up. You want to say hi to the chat? Just say hi, chat.
Hi, chat.
We'll see if they reply. Okay, so watch this. Say, hit that like button if you're enjoying, and we'll watch this number right here. Say it. Hit the like button.
Hit the like button.
Okay, now we got to watch that. See how it says like?
Yeah.
Let's see if it goes up. These might be a bunch of savages. Oh, there's one.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, somebody just gave us $3. Hey, thank you. Say thank you. I shoot people.
Thank you,
Thank
Dad.
you.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Jet's here too. Okay, come here, Jet. You want in on this party? Oh, buddy. All right.
Hey, hi, Duck.
All right. Look at that. We're at 57 now.
Whoa!
Whoa! Good job.
Does that mean, what is that? Oh, we're back at 60.
Yeah. So red means it went down. Green means it's gonna go up. Yep. Translation. Thanks for hitting the like button. That's what he just said.
Like button.
Yeah. No. Hit the like button or smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Smash it.
All right. Yes, you guys may go watch Franklin. Okay. Say bye, chat. Say
Bye, chat.
All right.
Bye.
Chat.
No, I'm going to say bye, Duck.
Okay.
Bye, chat.
All right. Say thanks. Say thanks for the likes.
Thanks for the like.
All right.
Bye, chat.
All right. All right. Yeah.
Be back, chat.
All right. Thank you for everybody that hit that like button. Seriously, they were so excited. Thank you for anybody that hit the like button. That was awesome. Thank you. Even if you despise me and you're like, fine, I'll do one. Thank you. My kids will be talking. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Thank you, because now they're going to be. Did you see that like button, Dad? It went up as soon as we said that. I know, kids. How many girls, boys? 4 girls, 2 boys. All right, watching that trend line, I am tempted. I should have held, huh? Kit just nailed that. She told me to buy. Well, technically speaking, she did tell me to sell where I did, but that's okay. When are you going to get her a custodial account? Sooner than later. I'm already, they're already learning about money. At this age, I'm having them 30% into savings so that you can invest. Which I realize, once again, in the real world, it's 30%. That might be a bit aggressive because I know in the real world there's other bills and stuff to pay for. Did I just seriously miss? Yep, I missed that one too. All right, I will look to try to play a back test though. If this candle can close above the breakout point, I'll try to play a back test to that yellow line. Hey, good morning, Brian. Yeah, exactly. They were totally paid actors. Yes. What is your oldest? She just turned 13, actually. My first teenager. So if any of you have teenagers out there, I'm open to some words of wisdom. Oh, hey, thanks, childlike. Yeah, I wish I would have been in here. That would have been fun to see that. Son just turned 13. There we go, Judd. Is that your first teenager or no? I can't remember if you have other teenagers or not. Yep. All right, Judd. Well, we'll see how it goes. Clay, I am no longer here to heater. Clay, I'm no longer. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what that word is. My girl turned 1. Hey, first one, ABT? First only kid, or are you gonna get her into trading? I know. I want them to do what they enjoy to do. Like my dad told me, Clay, don't be like me when you grow up. My dad was a good guy. I mean, he still is a good guy, but he did not like his job, but he did it because he had to do it. So he's like, don't be like me, Clay. Don't despise your job. Find something you like to do. So that's always stuck with me. That's what I'm gonna teach my kids. Because if you do something you like to do, you'll never work a day in your life. Like, to me, this is not work at all. Like, it's crazy that I can just have chats with people all around the world. Sure, it comes with some trolls, but most of you, the vast majority of you are, you're cool. The next level is 133. Noted. 15-year-old boy and 12-year-old girl for me. Nice. Here from the UK. Awesome. From across the pond. Yeah, only one. Well, that's awesome, ABT. That's awesome. Yeah, kids change your perspective on life in a hurry. Now, I'm not going to start lecturing, but it's a bizarre thing. Kids sometimes they'll test your patience, but it's well worth the trade-off. Well worth the trade-off. A market order question. I'm the old man in the group. My granddaughters are 16 and 14. You are the old man. You make me look young. I appreciate it. Wait till you have grand. Yeah, yeah. Well, everybody keeps telling me, you know, cherish this because it's amazing. Oh, come on. I guess technically did it hit that level? I don't know. The 5 minutes got me weirded out a little bit. Let me bring over the 5 minute. I don't like this upper shadow forming. Am I about to buy a nasty candle here? Yeah, I'm gonna pass just because the 5 minute right here has me weird. How much? Yeah, and this candle's almost done closing. Yeah, this is not an encouraging candle. This candle broke through the trend line. It broke through these highs. So to get this candle here with the upper shadow, again, there are no guarantees. Does not guarantee that things are going to pull back even more. But these sort of candles, especially when they break out, it would not be shocking to me, or I don't think any of you, if this thing decides to pull back some more. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pass on buying the trend line pullback here on the back test. But I don't know. We'll see if that 5 minute led me astray or not. Clay, on TBT, can I, for example, take a market short order on MEQ and 30 seconds later take another short at a different price? Yeah, yep. You can do all that, Gary. I have 2 daughters, 35 and 30, 4 grandkids. Awesome. Very good, patient trader. All right, good. That does make me feel better. I would for sure be out below the green line, which is the 21 EMA. So had I bought the back test, I'd still be in, but it'd be knocking on the door of my stop. So I'm not going to say this would have been a losing trade for me quite yet, but it'd be knocking on the door. You're in trouble, 2 daughters growing up. Oh, no, I'm not in trouble. I got some members of my family. One of them goes by 12 gauge. The other one goes by 20 gauge. So the boys are going to meet my friends in a hurry. Once they get to that age, hey, boys, let me introduce you to a couple of my good friends. This right here is 12 gauge. His brother over here, we call him 20. I'm sensing a nice pullback for the next hour. Wow. What is creating this sense? That seems like a very specific sense. A pullback for the next hour. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just curious, where is this sense coming from? What do you see? How much size were you trading with? That's realized. I was trading NQ. Somewhat bigger size, but there's some good movements to get this right here. But yeah, with NQ, it doesn't take much. It does not take much. All right, I would still be in by the skin of my teeth. 21 EMA doing a good job of providing support. Is it going to continue to hold up? I don't know. And I'd probably be out there. All right, I'd definitely be out there. Good. The power of multiple time frame analysis. I am very, very relieved that I let that candle there spook me out of not buying the pullback. That would have been or the trendline back test, that is. I am interested, though, in 2140. Where's 21? Oh, yeah. All right. Let me buy 3 right there. So have an order out. Just going to do 3 micros. Toning down the risk on the day. I'm up nicely on the day. I'm not the greatest afternoon trader. So just factoring that all into the equation. Do you trade NQ at market open? Yeah, I go between NQ and MNQ. Again, I apologize if I missed your message. I'm starting to, I'm getting a little bit more. So I'm doing my best to try to analyze, think for myself in a trading way, and then also read the room, interact with the room. So if I do not read your message, it's definitely nothing personal. Hey, we were potentially already at 100 likes. If you are enjoying, hit that like button. We could be in record-setting territory in the speed we get up to 100 likes. And 100 likes is important if you're new here, because I always go 2 hours. But whether or not I go beyond 2 hours are people still interested? And the way that I have figured, how can I quantify still interested, is through likes and super chats. So If we can get to that 100 like mark by the 2 hour mark, we will go beyond 2 hours, which seems like a for sure at this point. But now it's more so just kind of a, can we set a new record and how quickly we can get up to 100 likes. Oh, you dirty dog. Got kind of close. I'll leave it out there. I still like it. Again, looking to buy the long right there. I know it's Friday, but if it was Monday and I traded in the morning and then chose for the and open back up, this is the new day. I know it's Friday, but if it was Monday and I traded in the morning and then that closed for the 1 hour and open back up, is this new? Yes, that is. Yes, correct, protege. I don't even like to use days in the world of futures. I like to use sessions. So yes, that would be 2 different sessions. You could trade in the morning for, we'll just call it session A, and then when that session closes at 5 p.m. Eastern, and then all of a sudden after 1 hour, 6 p.m. Eastern opens up, that is now session B. That is a totally new session, new day, if you will. But yeah, for me at least, talking in futures lingo, when you try to talk about days, I like to just call it session. Yeah, it's a new session. Yeah, the session just starting. So the sessions start every day at 6 p.m. Eastern. The previous session ends at 5 p.m. Eastern. So futures close for 1 hour a day. And then on Friday, though, they close. So the session closes at 5 p.m. Eastern on Friday and then opens back up. The new session starts on Sunday at 6 p.m. So they're closed for the majority of Saturday and Sunday. But in other words, if you're kind of, that's an argument that I like to make for Pam's plant. That's one of the points is, there's always they're open up essentially around the clock so that you can find something. There's some sort of time within your schedule that you could find to trade them. Clay, let's keep the light going higher and higher to have. No, I would never be able to do a 20-hour stream. And even if I was able, I think that would probably make me a pretty poor father. But yeah, I'm not right around the 3.5 hour mark. I'm starting to feel it mentally. A couple days ago, we went to 4 hours though, because we had a new record, went up over 200 likes. So I mean, if the likes are there, it is kind of a motivating source. But every man has its breaking point. Every father has its point where it's like, all right, I'm entering into potentially deadbeat dad territory. All right, let's see if, I don't know, should I just... all these lower wicks. Where do I put my stop at a sensible spot? Let's just do this. Let's do this instead. If it wants to come back up here, I'll buy, and then I'll just put my stop below the lows. So I'm looking to buy at the green line, but only if it goes back up and hits me at the green line. I'm seeing a short. All right, well, may the best idea win. Will you ever do a giveaway? Yeah, I'm sure I'll do a giveaway at some point. Again, I'm looking to buy at that green line, but the price, I'm only willing to buy if it goes back up to that point. And it's got to be on this candle too. If a new candle starts to form, I'm not interested at that point. Getting close. In short to 125. All right, Lobber. All right, I'm no longer interested. Cancel that out. Lobber in short to 125. What is your entry point at? Lobber, how old are you? I'm not really sure how that's relevant to anything. Let's do this, Lobber. I will answer it. I'm just curious, how is that relevant? In what way is that relevant? Like I said, I'll answer you, but I'm just curious, how is that relevant? How much is your monthly earnings potential by trading? It can be quite a bit. Trading is a crazy place. Now, trading is not easy, but The gains in trading can be life changing. As I was mentioning earlier, is day trading going to turn you into a billionaire? It's not. You're going to have to be some sort of swing trader or investor for that. But I don't think to have your life change you would need $1 billion. So yes, the money can be life changing. It can be pretty crazy. Again, that doesn't mean that it's easy. Can we go for a long? I don't know. Can you? I was trying for a long. It just didn't quite cooperate. I don't know your strategy. Informative science and learning. I don't know your strategy, so I can't really comment if you should be going for a long or not. Oh, no, that's fair enough. Not relevant, just curious. Yeah. I am 41. I think. Last I checked, yes, I'm 41. Maybe you're still interested. We'll see what kind of candle here forms. I played one of these yesterday, and it bit me. But that's just recency effect. Just because it happened last time doesn't mean it's guaranteed to happen this time. Wow, I'm 41 as well. Yeah, and 41 is a new 31. My strategy for entry on the 1 minute was there's an engulfing red candle that broke 2 Ma's. I go for cool, Lobber. You know, I don't know if it'll work out. Even if it doesn't work out, I appreciate you mapping out your trade before it happened. And I appreciate the fact you have a stop. I appreciate the fact that you are thinking for yourself, that you're managing risk. So fantastic. Yeah. I agree, Annabelle. 41 is a new 21. I still remember when I was, 19? No. Probably like 20. I did roofing, and so I'd come home from college. In the summers, I did roofing. And one of the guys I worked with, I thought was just like pretty old. He was 25. And I remember like asking him, I remember. Like I said, I was 19, 20, maybe 21. I was like, so how does it feel to be like 25? Like, does your mind change, or what is that like? He's like, no, man, I still feel like I'm a teenager. And that's totally true. Like, he did not lie at all. At 41, I still feel like I'm a teenager. I've done enough stupid things, so I have more wisdom, because by definition, if you've done something stupid, logic would suggest if you just do the opposite of that stupid thing, that would be a good thing. So I've done plenty of stupid things to gain wisdom, to just know to do the opposite of what I've done. But yeah, I still feel like the brain stays young. In my mind, I'm sure some of you young bucks out there would be like, this guy is so old. Like, what is he even talking about? See Jason asking the same question. I need to do a video or have like a written thing about when did I become profitable. Wow, what a nice bounce, but that would have taken me out. That would have put me in a bad mood. Because if I'm being realistic with myself, I think that movement down would have taken me out. It would have been close, but I think there's a very realistic chance. So, how long I don't know. It definitely didn't happen overnight. The reason why I tell people I don't know how long, because at least in my journey, feel free to disagree, but you never wake up one day. It's not like you can reflect back and you're like, it was March 17th. The year was 1997. There was a cool, crisp breeze outside. The birds were chirping. And I looked at my results and said, I'm profitable. It's just, like I said, for me, it was never really, I don't know exactly when, but what I can tell you is if you're thinking it's going to happen like overnight or in a couple weeks, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Yeah, I'll get that to you in just a minute. It's the walk. Did you need my social security number too, or where do you stand on that? Load up on GRCE. Oh boy, we got a pumper here. Claps TV pumping. We got a pumper. Hey, Claps, are you just going to like every live stream and typing up that garbage? Pumper. I love me a pumper. Let's go roast this thing. You want to bring garbage to the channel? What did you just, oh my goodness. How much volume is on this thing? Where's the volume at? What kind of garbage is this? Oh my. Not a pumper, bro. Well, it sounds like you're a pumper. Pumpers say things like load up on things. Load up, and pumpers would say load up on a piece of garbage like this. But Clay, look how much it's gone up. Yeah. And look at the volume. Have fun trying to sell this thing if you get in. Have fun trying to sell. Get this garbage out of here. That's how you know that somebody may not know what they're looking at. But look how much it went up. Yeah, but look at the volume. You can always buy stuff, right? Penny stocks. You can always buy a penny stock. But are you going to be able to sell? That's a very legitimate question. Even if you want to get out, are you going to be able to sell? I just did, Claps. I'm going to have to go ahead and pass on that one. Informative science and learning. Garbage. Yeah, it's garbage. Explain to me how this is not garbage. Nothing is under the radar. I assure you, Wall Street pays people lots and lots of money to find things that are not garbage. I assure you, nothing that is not under the radar. But anyways, you're kind of barking up the wrong tree. This is a vast majority of people here are day traders. Yes, when your first comment on a channel is telling us to load up on something that's got no volume, hopefully you can understand how you come across like a pumper. You show up out of nowhere, tell us to load up. Well played, Wencesless. Yeah, thanks for being liquidity. That is true, Matthew. Is it 9-cent spreads? Yikes. I'm interested in buying here. Even that. Now I'm putting my stop right above this clump of buys. Now, this is why it's hard. I mean, it's basically got to be right there, and then I can get a... Even that's a pretty... Yeah, this is just not messy. This over here is throwing off. I'd like to buy right here and put a stop right there, but now my stop is like literally right in this congestion point, and this congestion point is where the price could bounce. So I don't want to be putting my stop at an area where the price could bounce. So then that means, okay, well, I guess my stop has got to be down below this congestion area. But now if I want my entry right here, now I have this big old stop loss. So in all actuality, I gotta this has just got to come down more. I don't know. Yeah, it's just hard to play because all that congestion. It's making it difficult to put a stop in a logical location because you do not want to put a stop at a congestion point where there's a history of bouncing. And right now, that's what my trade plan is doing. My trade plan is essentially requiring me to put my stop right here. And like I was just explaining, well, right here has been a congestion point with lots and lots of bounces. So that would make no sense. So I'd want to move my stop down, but now all of a sudden I have a big old risk profile. So, yeah, kind of just a messy chart from that angle. Hard to put together a trade plan that makes sense. RVR doesn't add up there. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Some hedge fund guy said it was like, I was like, I made big money with my, okay, that's great. I'm glad you made big money. But here comes the hard part. Keeping the money. Making money as a trader is not hard. A blind, drunk monkey can make money as a trader. The skill comes in with, can you keep the money? Can you grow the money? That's where the true skill comes in. Anybody can throw a dart, get lucky, make some money. Anybody can do that. But are you able to hold on to those gains? Are you able to grow those gains? That's where the true skill comes into play. So, with all due respect, I am not impressed at all by somebody that tells me how much money they've made. Cool. Anybody can do that part. Anybody can buy the dip, hold and hope and pray, and then get lucky because it comes back up a couple times. But what about that one time where it never does come back up? Well, there go all your gains. There go you back to, Trading has nothing to do with your ability to make money. Trading has everything to do with your ability to manage risk, which is boring to talk about, which is why I think a lot of people fail, because they just want to talk about making money and what you can buy with the money. But you start to talk about risk management, their eyes roll in the back of their head, they fall asleep, which I understand. It's not the most exciting topic, but it's the topic that matters most. Hey, let's we're almost an hour in. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes within the hour, which would be record-breaking territory. So if you have not hit the like button and you're enjoying and you want to be part of a new little record here on the live stream, hit that like button. Let's drive this up to 100 likes. Only got now we have 8 more to go. Well, I'm glad. That makes me feel a little better. At least it didn't pull back and then, hit my spot and then go. I would have never been filled anyways, given my requirements. Jaboni, 50 million. They haven't done a big sweep down the last 2 hours. Who's they? Uh-oh, Ken. Ken, don't go conspiracy on me. Don't, Ken, please. Please, I like you, Ken. Please, don't go into the conspiracy mode with the they. If there's no entry, there's no trade. You have to find something to trade against. That's right. Well said, Mike. Ken, I'm just giving you a hard time. You didn't have to delete that. Clay, have any mufflers, shop, hot stuff? Not right now. None of them I see out there are stainless steel. So that's really the key. You got to get the stainless steel mufflers. That's what'll make you rich. As an FYI to that joke, I kid you not, I was the biggest idiot when I got started. I've yet to hear anybody top my story when I got started. A lot of people do stupid things, but I still hold true that I was on King of the Mountain. A lot of people think they're going to get rich because they invest in maybe a biotech, or maybe like there's that company that's about to discover oil, or maybe, they're about to win a big court case, like something cool, something that makes sense. I literally thought when I got started in a penny stock that I was going to be rich and not have to work a day in my life because I was investing, I kid you not, in a muffler company. And the big thing about this muffler company was they were stainless steel mufflers. That's how stupid I was when I got started. So if I maybe get on your case and say you're behaving badly, it's because I know what behaving like a moron looks like, because I am King Moron. Go ahead in the chat, try to up that story. I've heard it all over the years on my podcast. Well, I bought this company and they were like a penny stock gold mining company and they were supposedly going to stumble upon this big find. I get that. That makes a whole lot of sense. Gold company about to find gold. Once they find gold, stock will explode. I'll get rich. Biotech, they're about to solve this disease. That totally makes sense. But a muffler company, again, go ahead. Try to tell me how you were a bigger moron than I was. I don't think you're going to be able to do it. I don't think you're going to be able to do it. I look to follow you in the morning. Why don't you podcast in the morning also? This is not a podcast. Now, I don't mean to nitpick. This is a live stream. Because of the morning, my dedication is for my premium members. I do offer a private community. Watch this quick plug. Watch how I work this in. Watch this. So for my premium members right here, that's why I don't trade the mornings, because I want to give my dedication to them. So if you want to join right there, how's that for a quick little plug? Amazing. Yeah, yep, that was the good old penny stock course. Hey, you invested in a tangible product and it's not merely an idea. I mean, that's true, but the tangible product was a muffler, A muffler. Yeah, but even BYND, that was like cutting edge, like food, like the food industry. That's like a big industry. So BYND, I can see that. Bought gold mining company stock, went to, yeah, see West, like, okay, I get it. If a gold company's supposedly going to stumble upon gold, I can understand that. At 65, those stupid things show up and remind you that the mind said go ahead, but the body said give it your best. Yeah. That would be me. Good morning, Clay. I bought a company that was selling sponges. Yeah, that was, what was that? SPNG? Thomas, am I remember that right? Was that SPNG? Pretty sure that was SPNG. I remember SPNG. That one was wild. But to be fair to you, Thomas, you actually had good reason because that stock was nuts and there was all sorts of great movement. So I can see your logic of, wow, this, I mean, it's happening. Look at this price action. Look at this movement. It is happening. Like, I can get that. No, it was SPNG. I remember SPNG very, very well. Lost a bunch investing in SOS, Chinese. Okay, yeah, again, I get, like, crypto. I get that. Like, crypto, it's a new craze. It's going to be, like, so I understand all that. Like, that makes good logic. I mean, it's still a stupid decision. I'm just saying I am king stupid. Like, still not quite as dumb as a muffler company. LATF was my stock in 2012. Made 27K and lost it all in 3 weeks, holding and hoping for millions. Yeah, good old iHub. All right. Do we get a break of these highs? That's what that white line is representing. That is the high of the day so far. So we'll see if the price can push up through that. What was the sell? Oh, I don't remember. Like I said, that was back in 2005, 6, whenever I got started. I don't remember. This game store was supposed to go to $500, and I saw this guy. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that guy. Yep. Well, right now, I don't like buying the breakout of the highs because there hasn't really been any consolidation. Now, if this thing wants to come up here and consolidate out a little bit, give me a little bit of a tighter stop, and then make the move, that would catch my interest more. But right now, kind of just a slow and steady move upwards. Not really any pullback, so I'm not really super interested, especially you can see this better on the 5-minute. I mean, no pullbacks at all. Now, to be fair, sometimes it's just grind. So it could easily just grind and keep on going. But I would prefer to see more of a pullback because right now, there is a threat. Is this going to be a double top? So we have one there, one there. So is this going to be the double top rollover or will we see a breakout? Looks like we're about to get our answer. We are at highs. Let's watch this on the... So there, if anything, I should probably short this. And maybe I will. Short it off that high if it wants to come down. Come up a little bit. If it wants to go green again and then come back down, I will get short. So I want to see this candle convert back to green for a second and then come back down. So I want to see this come back and I want to see a solid green candle again. Doesn't necessarily have to go back up to the white line, but I want to see a solid green candle. And if I see that, I'm going to lock in this order to get short. Stop will be above the highs. Maybe this is a silly requirement for it to go green again, but I'll let hindsight be my judge on that. Come on. Need more green. This is maybe, like I said, if you're like, Clay, what a stupid requirement. I'm getting short now. Hey, I hear you. I hear you. I would just like to see one more final bit of strength and then see that strength fail. I want to see the bulls get their hopes up a little bit more for one final time, and then I want to see the bears crush it back down. And it's looking like that was ultimately potentially a silly requirement on my end. We'll see here. Yep. Again, if it wants to come up and then get rejected back down, I'm still interested. But right now, things are looking a little shaky. Looking like, especially if you look over at the 5-minute. 5 minutes looking like a maybe double top. Hey, Clay, have you ever traded? No, I don't day trade stocks anymore. But no, I haven't like swing traded or anything like that either, Mike. As a former day trader, I can say what I'm doing now is way, 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 way better. There we go. All right. Entry in at the red line. Stop will be up here. So it's a pretty basic premise. Is this some sort of top? If it's not, then I want out. So we'll see if it wants to come back down. Very minimal risk. It's Friday. It's an afternoon. I'm not the greatest afternoon trader. Hey, there we go. 100 likes. Fantastic. That's awesome. All right, still waiting to see if it wants to come back down. It's got to be on this candle, though, too. I'm not interested in the next candle. All right, now if it pushes up, though, that's also no longer interesting because my risk profile would be changing. Yep, it just pushed a new. I'll keep it. That's not that bad of much of a change. Gotta be on this candle, though. Okay. Out. All right, never mind. How many likes would it take to give I don't know. Good question. I don't know if I'd give that away anyways, because I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. Because when people are paying for it, and then all of a sudden others are getting it for free, I don't know. I'd have to think through that. Who sold you the muffler? I don't remember. I got in some echo chamber on iHub. Watch the top of the hour. Oh, that is true. Hey, good morning, Relax Ardu. As of right now, it's looking like it might be a double top here. Still has, the bears have more work to do. I will say this, if you are a scalper and got short, I would assume that gave you plenty of wiggle room right there looking at the 5 minute. If you're not a scalper, well then yeah, you still need to see more work to the downside. Oh, thanks, Judd. That's good feedback. Again, if you chose to scalp out on the short side, you have a green trade. Sometimes, though, you'll scalp and really regret it because you left a bunch of money on the table. Other times, though, if you scalp and then it goes totally against you after you get out, you're like, I'm glad I scalped. Other times, I've been there where I don't scalp and I could have a green trade, but I choose not to scalp, and then it turns into a red trade, and I'm like, I should have scalped. So again, scalpers, plenty of wiggle room. Now it's just a question of can the people that don't want to scalp but want to give it more opportunity to move in their favor. It's looking good for them right now. But yes, looking like this did turn out to be some form of double top, at least for the scalpers. Sitting on hands today, trying to build some discipline after hitting my daily loss. Good job. Come on, you can do it, Relax. That is hard to do when you hit the daily loss and you got to sit there and be disciplined. You'll be glad you did on Monday. You will be glad you did on Monday. Don't ruin your weekend by making some sort of hole even bigger. Well, there it is. There is the pullback there. I would say that okay. Now, I don't know for sure, but even those traders that are wanting it to work for them. So now this is where the scalpers are like, oh, why did I scalp? Look at this. I could have had so much more. And I would assume that those that want more probably have taken some off, probably have their stop loss to at least break even, if not more. What do you do now? Yeah, I do Pam's Plant, which is day trading futures through a prop firm. And it's provable mathematically that if you day trade stocks, options, forex, or crypto, you're wasting your time, you're being inefficient, and you're taking on way too much risk. Or in other words, you are working harder, not smarter. So the claim is not that you can't make money day trading those other things. The claim is you're just working harder, not smarter. Candlestick Burns. Does TPT have scalp rules? They do not. They do not. I mean, and this is, again, coming from somebody that has day traded stocks and options for years upon years upon years. Finally, my community got me to switch over to futures back in November. And I was just like, why was I so stubborn? I've heard it say, and it proved to be true with me, if you survive long enough as a day trader, you'll eventually become a futures day trader. Because futures are just better. And it's true. They're just better. In so many ways. They're just better. They move better. For anybody that does not have $25,000, so for those of you in the stock and options world, there's no pattern day trader rule in futures. Well, then you can just use the cash account. Yeah, but even if you use the cash account, you still have to deal with the settlement rule. There's no settlement rules. You can literally day trade as much as you want every single day within the world of futures. So even from that little angle, futures are way better than stocks or options. Sure, crypto Forex don't have the pattern day trader rule, but you still got to use your own money, and Forex moves like garbage. Like, Forex is like watching paint dry. Yes, if there's like worldwide drama, currencies can get moving, but other than that, they barely move. That's why you have to do like 500 to 1 leverage, which is a very quick way to roast your account. So yes, futures. Now again, I'm talking about strictly from day trading. If we're in the category of investing, I love stocks. I invest in stocks. If we're in the category of swing trading or investing, I love options. There can be great stuff with options, especially in investing, covered calls, stuff like that. But in the category of day trading, I mean, options are really pure garbage. Why would you want to ever deal with theta if you didn't have to deal with theta? Well, congratulations to anybody that took that double top. I tried, but it would not give me the setup that I wanted. So I am struggling to get filled. The only trade I think I've taken is from Kit. Kit made me $3. We'll come back here and watch this now on the... Kit being my daughter, if you missed it. My kids swung by for a second. The news this morning, we're not allowed to trade before and after, but how? 1 minute, Zane. It's 1 minute before, during, and then 1 minute after. I thought that said it in the email. Maybe it didn't. See, even that. I'd like to buy right here, put my stop below the lows, but now what am I doing if I put my stop below the lows? I'm right in front of the 50-period moving average. I can't find a setup that actually makes sense. You're not trading SPY, are you, Mike? Like, are you a futures trader, Mike? Futures day trader, I should say. I think you mean every trader should see a psychologist. What's funny about that? So here's why I think a lot of people fail. I'll show you real quick why a lot of people fail. Where is this? I started to put together a totally free class. Totally free. Where is it? Right here. No, that's not it. Right here. So I was going to put together some big old class that was going to be totally free. I only made it to class number 4 because the videos were like doing terrible. And each one of these videos, it took a lot of my time. I mean, just this. Because I mean, it's, I have slides, all this sort of stuff. So I mean, it takes a lot of effort to put these things together. It was like totally free, all about psychology, but I stopped. I stopped at class number 4 because nobody cared. So I fully agree with you. Trading psychology, so important, but people just don't care about it because it's not talking about making money in Lambos and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm not going to spend all my time, all this effort putting together this content that nobody cares about. So I do agree. I try to, put something in my mind, it was going to be some elaborate, like, I don't know, 20, 30 class, epic, course. Again, totally for free. But I'm like, after you saw class 4, no thanks. Nobody cares. You have to do it live. No, I don't think so. I would contend that if I did that live, it would be very low viewership. I need to give a prop firm a try. Well, what are you trading right now, Mike? Please don't tell me you're day trading SPY options. If you are, I'll point something out to you very quick. For any options day traders out there, I hope you realize that you have a 67% chance of losing money every single time you take a trade. And even if it's like, well, I make money overall as options. Again, that's good, fantastic, but you would be making so much more if you were using your strategy in futures day trading. And I can show you exactly why. So if you are an options day trader and you make money, oh my goodness, you would crush it. You would crush it with futures because there is a certain little thing that you would no longer have to deal with in futures. That's what makes me, I mean, it drives me nuts when I try to explain, they're like, well, I make money day trading futures. It's like, that's so impressive. That's awesome. But you are working harder, not smarter. You are not being efficient. Let's go for Z0. If the setup doesn't make sense, there's no trade. It should be easy and clear cut. I agree with that, Mike. I agree with that for sure. Well, like I said, once again, it went back up, but it didn't. So this makes me feel better. Had it pulled back here and gave me a chance I didn't get filled, that would have been, that would have been a much more painful situation. Now I'm wanting to start to get, wait, let me cook. Let me cook. I think we got ourselves a rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. What is it? Let's see how this candle closes. Well, what are you trading right now, Mike? Sounds like you were working smarter, not harder. All right. Come up. Come up. I want to see this go up green, get rejected, and then come back down, and now I'm getting short. I'm going to try to catch it on the way back down, assuming, of course, it comes back down. But I first want to see one more sign of strength, and then for it to see it come back down. Come on. Hit that white line. Do it. Do it. Hit that white line or the yellow line, the top part of the rising wedge pattern, which is a bearish pattern. Of course, just because something's bearish doesn't mean that it's going to work out. No guarantees. What do you, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, what's going on here? 1201, was there news? Did somebody tweet? I chased a couple days ago, and I took a beating on it. Whoa, hey, and now it's froze up. Too much. What's going on? Who said what? Come on, social media folks, get out there, dig. Go into news reporter mode. Copy and paste in here. What's the headline? Let's go. Who's going to be first to report the issue? Come on, Mike. This is what you're missing out on in futures. Let's go. I want to be a day trader. I want movement. And then people are trading Forex and come on, if you want movement, right there. Bezos who sell $5 billion in stock. I don't think that would create that. That seems like this has got to be like some sort of tariff news or something. What a move. And funny enough, look at that. It came right back down and back tested that level and bounced right from that former area. Would you ever be interested in helping start prop firm? No. Oh. Wait. Would you ever be? Protege, are you who I think you might be? Who told me that before? I don't know. No. Protege, are you Andrew? But I can't remember if that was one of his goals or not. You are. You're Andrew. Protege trader. You are Andrew. You're the stalker, aren't you? Because Andrew mentioned something like that at one point. But he said it when he was Clay hater. Yes. That's who you are. You are Andrew. Because Clay Hater, who turned out to be Andrew Clay Hater, made something about they wanted to start a prop firm. Protege, Andrew. Like, this is getting very bizarre. Very creepy. I'd be 100% creeped out if I wasn't such good friends with the Second Amendment. If I did not have, a nice collection of the Second Amendment, I would be totally freaked out. Talk to me, Protege. What's your deal here, man? What's your problem? Why do you keep creating names and coming back? Yeah, you're totally Andrew. You're asking about giveaways, all that sort of stuff. Because for context history, there is a very creepy stalker that continues to make new names. So, what's your deal, Protege? Why do you keep doing this, man? I'm literally, I'm creeped out. Not totally creeped out for the reasons I mentioned, but I'm kind of creeped out. What's up? What's your deal, man? Oh, now you're going to play like you're not him. Look at this move, though. This move is bonkers. It is. That is a very juicy candle. A very painful candle for other shorts. I'll be back real quick. I'm smoking some pulled pork, and my one daughter's on duty of spraying it every hour. So I want to make sure she did it. Hey, Faye, did you spray the meat? Come on, Faye. Let's go. Go do it. No, she forgot. Glad I asked. Who here likes pulled pork? I put that thing on at 6:30 this morning. Take around 11 to 12 hours. It's going to taste fantastic. Yeah, exactly. You cannot hire. Yeah. Gold of white or pink paper? No, I don't wrap it. I just spray it every hour. Still plenty moist. Come on over, Thomas. All right, I'm going to take this short if it wants to come back down. We'll see if I can. Risky trade because this thing does seem. Nope, now it's pushing up. I'll keep it there. Okay, in. Boom. Quick little scalp there. Little scalpy scalp. Little scalpy scalp. So this will now be a situation where I'm going to either very, very regret that because this thing collapses, or I'm going to look like a genius because all of a sudden it goes boom. So my ego wants this to happen, obviously, so that I can look really smart to all of you in the chat. But this is, in all seriousness, this is just an example of you're never going to know, right? If you choose to scalp, sometimes you're going to look really smart. Other times you're going to look really dumb. If you choose not to scalp, sometimes you're going to look really smart, make a big banging, and then other times you're going to be like, I could have had a green trade, but now it's a red trade. Whoa, I got to cancel that. Why didn't somebody tell me about that? David Dean is going short at 262. And where's your stop at, David Dean? I appreciate you. What kind of smoker? Traeger. So now I look pretty stupid. Should not have scalped. So if any of you took that trade, took that trade and chose not to scalp, chose to let it work for you a bit more, well done. Whoa, 62.5 stop loss. So you are definitely more of like what I'd call a swing trade day trader. That is quite the stop loss there. Do you buy the pullback to the former breakout point here? That is now the question. Oh, 1 micro? Gotcha. Yeah, well, regardless, I would definitely say you're more of a swing trade day trader. I mean, you wouldn't mind. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, David, but it sounds like you wouldn't be, like if you have to hold for an hour or so, a couple hours, you're not opposed to that. Which for me, I mean, that's like a long-term investment. If I'm holding over like 5 minutes, it starts to feel like an IRA or, 401k investment. If I hit that 5-minute mark, man, I've been in this thing for a couple of decades. Again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just illustrating for kind of my personal psychology and my style. Oh, questions. Do you buy the pullback? I find this down here interesting. You have this lower trend line, and it's right around that 21 EMA. Mike, you do realize we're looking at the NQ. Like the 570, that's not really, it's kind of irrelevant here. You know what I mean? Because there is no 570. And I know you're watching the SPY, fair enough, but I'm not sure anybody really knows what you're talking about with 570. You need to just stop watching that stuff, Mike. You never did answer me. What are you trading? Are you day trading just SPY itself? Are you day trading SPY options? What are you doing? I want to give you a better way. Is anybody buying this pullback here? It's looking interesting. Do we even know what caused this spike? Did anybody ever figure that out? I'll buy it down there. Potential China trade talks. Gotcha. Sup, Clay? That short yesterday I called, played out nice. Did you see it? I called during... No, I didn't see it. Well, maybe I saw it. I just didn't remember it. There's quite a few people that are giving trades. But well done. Good call. Good call. Maybe Trump admin release budget blueprint and push for defense spending boost. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm talking the pullback trade for the 1 minute MNQ. Oh, well, it makes me feel better. Even if I had chosen the upper trend line, you can see there, it never did quite hit it. It got very close. Close enough where I would say the classic back test and go, but if you would have been like me and wanting to buy basically right at the line, I would not have been filled, unfortunately. But a classic. I mean, this is just... If you've been around, you've seen this pattern happen before. It breaks out of the point. So there was the breakout point. Came back down, back tested it, and now it's going. Of course, that doesn't happen every single time. That's not the claim. But, I mean, it's kind of a favorite setup around here. Let something break out, and then see if it wants to come back down, back test that breakout point, and then see if it wants to gain more momentum. And in this situation, yeah, absolutely beautiful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cancel my order out. I tried to buy that pullback, but as you saw, never really got that close. Now it's really a question of, are we about to head back up here to break out again? Ooh, I'd be very careful just looking here at the 5 minute. Dotted brown line is the pivot point. So that doesn't mean that it'll act as resistance, but you could definitely see quite a bit of selling kind of just up around this area with that pivot point right there. So again, pivot point's not guaranteed to behave as resistance, but... if that area did indeed act as resistance, I don't think anybody would be shocked by that, but here we go. So it's got to break the high of this candle and the pivot point. If anything, maybe I should be shorting. Oh, no, that looks pretty solid. Maybe we can get another candle here, and I can get a very tight risk profile. I might take that short. Did you ever get that movie quiz joke I sent to your Facebook Messenger? No, I don't even think I got a... I don't know if I've checked my Facebook Messenger. No, you don't have to be quiet, Mike. I'm just saying, I'm just not sure that anybody's going to understand the levels you're talking about because we're not watching the SPY here. But I think you just need to go sign up for a prop firm account and start trading futures. You'll never look back to looking at SPY. I'm serious. You'll be like, why was I ever doing that? Ooh. Right here again, like I said, buying up around that area, a bit sketchy because this is a pretty thick resistance zone here. You have the high of the day, that pivot point. So I would be leery to buy right there, but I'm also a little sketched out to sell. But like I said, if we can get one more candle, I might try to, let it come back down to me, try to catch it on the way back down. Here we go. Here we go. It's got to come up and hit that white line, then come back down. That is my requirement. Why are you watching The Spy? Mazra, what do you day Mazra, what do you day trade? Again, I want to see the price come up, hit that white line, then I'll put my order in to get short. And if it comes back down, I'll try to capture it on the way back down, stop over highs. But we'll see if that requirement can happen or not. All right, protege, I'll keep my eye on you. I'm pretty sure you are, though, just for the record. So I'm doing this against my better judgment. Wait, Mazra, you're day trading SPY calls. Do I understand that right, Mazra? You are day trading SPY calls? Okay. Remind me to tell you how inefficient and how you are making your life so difficult. So difficult. There is a better way for you, Mazra. There is a better way, and I can mathematically prove it to you. You are being inefficient with your approach to day trading. Why did you choose to day trade SPY options? Is it a situation, well, I don't have a lot of money. I'm trying to grow my money, and, options can move pretty quick. Is that kind of the reason? Maybe, I'm kind of locked in with the pattern day trading rule. Is that part of it? You dirty rat. Again, if it wants to come up here and then come back down, I'm still interested in a short. But again, hopefully nobody is shocked by why is the 2 minute? Why is the 2 minute struggling here? Again, multiple time frame analysis is important. Because right here you can see you got that pivot point. It's hovering right below the pivot point. So that is why I always encourage and preach multiple time frame analysis. When you get the bigger picture, because you're looking at things from several different angles, things can tend to make more sense. And as traders, I think that's a good thing. The more things make sense, the better it is. Doesn't mean we're going to have a winning trade, but at least we can understand the logic of our thought process. All right, Mazra. Well, I'm going to give you a way better solution and show you why and how day trading options is pure and utter garbage. As I always say on here, if I was like some sort of judge and I could sentence people to financial punishment, my punishment would be you are banished to day trade options. That would be my punishment. All right. Well, now okay, I'm gonna I don't know. I could see these lines still maybe coming up. All right, I'm definitely getting rid of that line. But now what we do have to consider is this attribute right here. We are starting to get a bull pennant take shape. So if I extend this out like so, let me just get rid of that and then try to draw so what we have now is a bull pennant, resistance, support, upwards move right there for you golfers. Let me make it more visual. Put the golf hole down here. So bull pennant pattern. Just because something's in a bullish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed it's going to go up. But would it be shocking if the price came up here and found some more momentum through? I don't think so. Elon, hey, yeah, you have a good weekend too. Pink sheet, penny stocks are pure and utter garbage. I mean, you can't day trade penny stocks. There's not enough liquidity. There's not enough movement. So yeah, day trading penny stocks is almost like an oxymoron. It's like a self-contradictory term. Oh boy, choices. Now I'm transitioning from do I want to get short to do I want to buy this breakout? This is... What are people's thoughts? Anybody buying the breakout here? All right, while we wait for this to kind of consolidation or whatever to play out. So I was giving Mazra a terrible time about why day trading options is garbage. So when you buy an option, and I know you've heard me say this, but I'm going to keep doing this because this is how bad day trading option is. If you buy an option, so if you buy something, the obvious way of how you would make money is if it goes in your favor. Obviously, if you buy, you want it to go up, okay, plus, you make money. The obvious way of how you would lose money is if you buy, you want it to go up, and then it goes down. So that's the obvious way of how you lose money. Now, what happens if it just goes sideways? Then what? Well, to the normal person, the rational person, they're going to say, well, that's neutral. It's break even. You're not making money. You're not losing any money. But in options, you are literally losing money because there is something called theta. And yes, in the world of options, sideways price action kills you. You can't have sideways price action. Okay, I'm approaching it right here. So quite literally, you have a 67% chance of losing money because there's three things that can happen. It will either go up in your favor, it'll go down, or it'll go sideways. And two of those three things is losing you money. It's costing you money in the world of options day trading. So to choose to day trade options is crazy. It makes no mathematical sense. Well, I make money in options. That's not the argument. I'm not saying you can't make money. I'm saying it's very inefficient. And if you make money in options, you would be crushing it in futures. Why? Because in futures, there is no theta. Sideways action is just, it's neutral. It's neutral. It would be a break-even trade. So Mazra, I'm telling you, mathematically speaking, you are working so much harder than you actually need to do. I am all for efficiency. I believe in working smarter, not harder. And futures, you trade contracts, but the massive difference is these contracts do not have theta. They don't have theta. And not to mention, day trade, so if you don't have $25,000, you can't be a day trader in options. You cannot buy and sell as much as you want every single day. But in futures, there's no pattern day trading rule. So you can indeed do that. So we are knocking right on the door. So there's my quick little spiel of why literally day trading options is ridiculous. Makes no sense. Why would you ever put yourself in a spot where you have a 67% chance of losing money? Which is, again, why I say, if you actually do make money day trading options, wow, you would be crushing it in futures because there's no theta. All right, knocking on the door. I really don't trust this, so I'm just going to go with one and protect my day. Okay, so this is a breakout or get out. I'm not giving this thing much wiggle room, but this thing either needs to start getting moving, or it's going to take me out for a very modest loss. My stop is that red line there. Yes, it's very tight, but my premise is it wants to go now. It should want to go now. If it doesn't, well, then I want out. And looking like it's not going to go. Well, stayed in by the skin of my teeth. Is this going to be the push? What is futures? It's a type of financial product that you can trade that is way better than anything else out there. Looking like I'm going to get stopped. No, still hanging in there. Come on, make the break. Push. Trump, say something. Tweet, Trump, tweet. There will be no, I can't even do a Trump impression. No more tariffs. Just type that. No more tariffs. Come on, Trump, I need you. I need you, buddy. Come on, break that trend line, you dirty rat. Do it. Do it. Break that trend line. My kids got to eat tonight. Oh well. I tried to the breakout. There was no breakout. But in my defense, I'm glad I did manage the risk the way I did. How long have I been a trader? I got into trading in 2006, back in college. I want to join your inner circle, but not if I'll be kicked out and lose my money. You're not going to be kicked. Well, okay. If you want to convince me that you're not who I think you are, then you would actually join the inner circle. Because the person who I think you are would not do that. So yes, if you want to prove it to me, that would be a way to prove it to me. Because the person who I think you are, they're just, I'm not going to go another person. They just would not be able to do that. So yes, I will not do that. Assuming you don't start breaking a bunch of rules. Like if you show up every day talking about how this 000 penny stock is going to go to the moon, you You make a compelling case. I think I'm being converted. I didn't know futures didn't have. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a compelling case because it's just it's logic. It's math, right? That's what math is. Math illustrates order, and that's what logic is. It's order. So like that's why it's compelling, because it's literally math. You have a 67% chance of losing money when you day trade an option, because 2 of the 3 things it can do will cost you money. QQQ? No, QQQ is an ETF. Futures. Futures are an asset class. There's no pattern day trader rule. So this is Pam's plan. Really quickly, I'm not going to stick on this very long, but this, when we talk about Pam's plan around here, this is what it's an argument for day trading futures through a prop firm. And then these are all the, the reasonings why behind that. And I've never had anybody defeat me in telling me how this is a bad idea for the category of day trading. Everybody has acknowledged, oh, that is a good idea. That does make a whole lot of sense. Nobody has been able to give any sort of reasoning, because I mean it's just mathematically true. Everything in there is based on math. And the same is easy with the options. That's such an easy thing to overcome. Why would you choose to put yourself in a situation where you 67% of the time you would lose money, or you have a 67% chance, to lose money? Well, I'm glad I stopped out where I did. I tried to play that breakout, and no soup for you. It's still valid, though. I might try it again. I don't trade penny stocks anymore. That's fine. So go join, protege, and then I will believe you. Until then, I'm highly, highly skeptical. I still think you are who I think you are. Willing to try again if the next candle is a hammer? Maybe. We'll see. I don't shine shoes anymore. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with shining shoes. If shining shoes is an income stream for you, I'm all for shining shoes. No shame at all in shining shoes. If you're out there hustling, grinding, and you're shining shoes because you need some more income streams, man, you got nothing but my respect. Shine them shoes. It's just, man, I mean, it's somebody that's, I don't want to talk about it anymore. No. Well, yeah, there's a life plan, but that's my entire mentorship. You're totally him. This is like what he would ask. He would ask all these questions because, Andrew, you did this to me on Saturday. You asked all these questions that you could have found the answer to. And then you were told, I'm at 97% sure. 97. I'm going to link this to you. You're talking a big game like Andrew would, but you're not doing anything. You just keep asking more questions. So right here, you can join. It's all explained there. Or you're probably going to get banned because, like I said, I'm at 97% sure that you are this guy. Based on your behavior, I don't see how you're not him. Jaboni, you let it go. Why are you letting it bother you so much? Do you realize the irony in that statement? Long at 243, stop. Okay, long at 243. Stop at 227. Let's look at patient trader. That's how you make a good quality, that's it right there. All numbers mapped out before they get there. So that's fantastic. Whereas showing up here talking about things in hindsight, I got in here, it's like, okay, I mean, that's cool. I appreciate the interaction, but if you want the ribeye steak alert, map everything out ahead of time. That's the good stuff right there. Hey, it's been a while since I've asked, but if you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. I think we have potential to get a record-breaking stream here. So if you have not hit the like button, make sure you do that. Let's get this thing up to 150, and we'll keep the party going. So if you are enjoying and you want the live stream to continue, hit that like button. Let's get this up to 150. I love you, sir. I love you too. Stopped. Good job, patient trader. Good discipline. Happens to everybody. Can't always be right. Nero, hey, good morning. How often do you buy breakouts versus wait for the... Oh, I have no idea. I do not have that statistic. And if I gave you that answer, it'd be a total just made up answer. You are letting him get you off your game? No. Protege, this will be my last because I'm going to listen to the chat now. Most of the chat probably thinks I should ban you. So I'm trying to show you compassion. Either join or don't talk anymore. Because if you don't join and you keep asking and talking, you are totally him. Because that is his MO. So there it is. Go join or just zip it. Zip it. Name the movie. There's Arquivia. But I want to zip it. Name the movie. It's been too long since we've had movie trivia. There it is. There's trivia. But I want to... That's not fair. You're a scumbag. Name the movie. There you go, Emmy. There you go, Gahandre. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. All right, do I buy the pull back to the bottom part of this trend line here? That is the question. I think so. Four. Yeah. I think the buy in this chart is at 20.19. Terminator. I don't think that's in Terminator. I was thinking Austin Powers. I don't know. Maybe it's in Terminator. I just can't imagine the Terminator going. But Terminator. To be fair though, maybe there's a part like that in Terminator. I don't know. I'm not aware of it, but maybe it's from there. I was thinking Austin Powers. I got to get better at that. We went on too long of a cold streak with no movie trivia. No, I'm crazy, right? I'm crazy for thinking that might be a short, right? Tell me I'm crazy. That's crazy, right? That's crazy talk. Am I being cray-cray? That's true. I did do Seinfeld yesterday. All right, that's true. Thank you, Frank. That is true. I think I'm crazy. Am I crazy for? Because if this shorts, I mean, there's some openness here. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, down at below 20,200. That could be. I mean, that could be a 20-point. I didn't say that, Protege. I'm just saying join and then you can start to talk again. Because that would reassure me that you're not this person. That's all I'm saying. Speaking of movies, going to see Thunderbolts tonight. Cool. Have the reviews been good or bad on it? We're up around swing high, so shorts isn't that crazy. All right, Christian. Roger that. Ken is saying long. I mean, 5 minute is just a beautiful pattern, like my face. We're calling this a Clayface pattern. Beautiful. Clayface right here. Clayface pattern on the 5 minute. This is what we call Clayface. Beautiful pattern. Yeah, I don't know, man. That could be it. Come on, Clayface, do it. We got the Clayface bull pennant. Please, nobody go out there start Googling, what's a Clayface bull pennant? Don't do that. I'm kidding around, all right? I'd like to... I don't want to waste your time. Just joking around. A little Friday afternoon humor. So that's a 5 minute. And it just kind of still putzing around here on the 2 minute. Have a good day. Mike, go sign up for a prop firm right now. At the top of the screen, go to that site, code Clay. You'll get the promotion my kids will eat, okay? Feed my kids. I'm telling you, you'll never look back. You'll start day trading futures and be like, whoa, I can't believe I was doing something else. I promise. We are at 100% conversion rate. Everybody that was a day trader of stocks or options and has gone and tried Pam's plant and has come back, they're like, yep, I'm never going back to doing that. So we are just in wait and see mode. If it breaks, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, I don't know. Yeah, a couple more candles. If we can get like a hammer candle here where it drops down and then comes back up, I'll look to buy right there. I'm not totally convinced right now. I like to see a little bit more consolidation, but this is certainly starting to whisper in my ear. Go long. Do it. Buy. So we'll see. I know some people are more bearish. Fair enough. I'm not quite sure I'm there with you. But, hey, if you're thinking for yourself, nothing but respect about that. Nothing but respect. And if you are interested in doing and getting involved in day trading futures, you want to use the prop firm, check out that link up above. If you want to support the channel, that'll give you the current promotion at Take Profit Trader, 30% off, 0 activation fee, which is a super, super good deal. So just use code Clay at checkout. What platform am I trading on? I am trading through a prop firm, that prop firm being Take Profit Trader. So very quickly, if you want to get the exact setup that I have, so you would go to the link that's at the top of the page. You would go here. You would select what sort of purchasing power you want. And then during the checkout phase, I would ask you what platform do you want to use. And I selected Tradeovate. You do not need to go to Tradeovate and set up a new site or an account. Take Profit Trader, the prop firm, will do all that for you. So you get to save yourself the time and hassle of having to go through a massive sign-up process. Take Profit Trader will do that. They'll send you their your login information. You log into Tradeovate, which is what you see here, and then you're going to be good to go. So you signed up, Protege? You're a member now? Or am I about to ban you? All right, knocking on the door. I didn't want to take it. I thought you need to pass a test to get access. Yeah, you do. Yeah. I'm not sure how that's. I thought you need to pass a test to get access to it. Yeah. That's totally separate. You just asked me what platform are you trading on. I'm just telling you, I'm trading on this platform, but I'm doing it through Take Profit Trader as the prop firm. But correct, yes, you do need to first pass a test. You need to prove yourself as a trader, and then you get access to what Take Profit Trader would call the pro account. Get in the break. Do we get more follow through? All right, gone. See you later, Andrew. All right, we are getting the breakout, and we are also getting continuation. So scalpers are already out green. Wow. Congrats. What a stupid what is in hindsight, what a stupid contingency. I want to see a couple more and then I'll do it. What a childlike innocence. What is your code? Yes. I'm going to delete that out. Please use code Clay. It's the same exact one. I really don't like how they do that. They don't make it obvious, but yes, my code is the exact same. That is a little nitpick I have. I understand why they do it that way. They're hoping. But yes, code Clay is the best available out there. The company itself does not offer anything better. Nobody else offers anything better. Code Clay will give you the best deal possible. Thanks, Frank. I am going to buy the pull. If it comes back down here to back test, I will be interested in buying that. But this breakout, again, is getting caught up. And yeah, you guessed it, the 5-minute pivot point that I've been talking about. A little bit of a break above it, but you know, if you focus on and look at levels of resistance as more so ranges, not exact specific points, then yeah, definitely got caught up in that little range right there. So that's not to say it can't keep on going upwards, but it's no coincidence on why it's putzing around. Thanks, Clay, for the stream and answers. I've been debating changing from options to futures past couple weeks. Just got an Ninja Trader a week ago. Pam's plant heading out. Sub for future content. Awesome, Albion. Please use code Clay if you go take Profit Trader. Or I suppose Apex. Code Clay works on Apex too, but Apex I only recommend for advanced battle hardened prop firm traders. So yeah, please consider using code Clay if you want to support the channel. Very, very much appreciated. How do I add that pivot point to the chart? How did I add pivot points? I think it's an indicator. I don't, it might be, I might have to download the indicator. Let's see. No, just channels. Channels, and then pivots right there. That's how you do it. Oh my goodness. You're killing me, childlike. You're killing me. No, it's not your fault. They make it, you know, I get it. If people don't use other people's codes, they get to keep more money. I understand. It's just frustrating. You're not the first person to tell me that. I wonder how many people have done that. It's sort of frustrating, to be honest, but I understand. I understand they would much rather have you use their code so they don't have to, you know, pay anything out. All right, starting to pull back here. I am still interested in buying the potential pullback here. Yeah, no, it's fine. I understand. I understand. In. There we go. Little scalpy scalp. Should have done more than one, but oh well, got the scalp off that level. I know it was the same. I got you. It's all good. It's all good. I understand. They don't make it clean. They don't make that clear for a reason. Good grief, down 23, new profit goal of 50. Are you changing his diaper? What? Are you changing his diaper?
No, Mom, we need to lay him down for bed.
Are you laying him upstairs or down?
Yeah, but I have to get his stuff.
Okay. Maybe next time just send Faye up to get it.
Okay.
Man, that pivot point. The longs despise that thing. If you are a long, you despise that pivot point. Wow, that is being stubborn. I am interested if it wants to drop down to the secondary trend line right here. I'd be interested in that. We'll see. Within 2 weeks, I'll be using your code for... All right, sounds good, childlike. Again, if you're enjoying, hit that like button. We got to get this up to 150 likes if I'm going to take this beyond the 2 hour and 15 minute mark. So we have 15 minutes to get 15 likes. So if you want this stream to continue, again, I do this because I'm trying to gauge interest. Are people still interested? And a way to gauge interest is through the like button. So let's get this up to 150 likes within the next 15 minutes. Or I guess I'll do $20 in Super Chat. But like I said, if you have not used the like button and you are enjoying, make sure you hit the like button. Let's get this up to 150, and I'll take that as a sign that people are indeed still enjoying, and we'll keep the party going. Clay, why using copy trade instead of just one account? I don't know. I've done it. I was gonna say no. I've done one copy trade. I'm just not at that phase yet. I'll eventually get there. I'm in no rush. Yeah, Gary, you have a good weekend too. I am in no rush for all that. Hey, nice. All right, we need 3 more for the JJ effect. Two more, and the party shall continue. Hey, Chris. Here you go, buddy. Let's keep it rolling. Oh, and childlike. There we go. All right, we are going. We are going for sure. Make sure everybody hits that like button. They just ensured this thing is going to go for even longer than another 15 minutes. So hit the likes for Chris and childlike. They just ensured this is going for more than even just the next 15 minutes. Still, please hit that like button. But thank you very much. Hi, Clay. I clicked on the like button. Thank you, Webski. Again, it's still just knocking on the door. Knocking on the door of that pivot point. Chris, how'd your day go today? I remember a couple days ago I was rooting for that thing to roll over and it didn't quite work, but I know you manage risk well, which is always the key. Have a great weekend. Just showed up for a bit to give you a like. Thanks, Ken. Yeah, you have a great weekend too. Be safe, Ken. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything stupid, Ken. I'm not going to bail you out of jail this weekend. Man, just the long. I mean, so you got to think. It's no guarantees, but you got to think it becomes that much more credible where if the price can clear up through this little congestion point being the high and then the pivot point, that could really create some nice upside movement, but it is just stuck. Today I'm flat. Yesterday I'm up 4,000. Nice. Very good, Chris. Waiting for a pretty setup. Awesome, Chris. Jungle TV. Hi, bro. Could you explain the exact strategy you focused on here? Is it scalp? I mean, yeah, I'm scalping. I'm doing RVR trading. I do realize that doesn't necessarily mean anything to you, but no. Can I explain the exact strategy? No, that would be way too much. I will give you this. You're the one that brought it up, so I have not brought this up at all. But if you want to learn more about kind of everything, if you want to learn in a very structured way, I do offer this. But again, somebody brought it up. That's why I'm sending this. If you're longer time viewers, you know that I never bring this up unless somebody asks. So there you go. If you're interested in learning more from me in a very structured and step-by-step way, Jungle TV, you can check out that link and see what I have to offer. But you can do with it what you will. Sober Sense 41392. No more roller coasters. Hey, that's awesome, Ken. Good job. That's a long time. Fantastic. Nothing. Very good to hear. Again, just stuck. I think this is the... This level is at, what is that? 261.75. We'll just map that out here so we can watch it. 261.75. Close enough. So right there, that teal line. That's representing the pivot point on the 5-minute. So now you can kind of see how this area here is just a congestion point. So again, teal represents the dotted brown line here on the 5-minute. And it is just stuck. It is not wanting to push up through there. What do pivot points measure? Pretty much just, let me put it this way. Doesn't really matter. A lot of people use pivot points, so therefore they create self-fulfilling prophecies. That's really the best reason as to why I use them. Because a lot of other people use them, therefore they can create self-fulfilling prophecies. How do you select what to trade today? Because I trade the same thing every single day. That's part of Pam's plant right here. What's so great about futures? You can stop scanning. If you're doing stocks or crypto or anything like that, you got to wake up, you got to scan. Sometimes you have to pay extra for scanning software, but none of that time. Save the time. Save the money. There is no scanning that is needed in futures because with futures, you're going to trade the same thing every single day or the same couple of things because that's what's beautiful about futures. The same thing every day gives multiple opportunities. So, yeah. Supercur, I hope you consider Pam's plant. It's beautiful. You can just roll right out of bed. You don't have to put any effort into scanning. Don't have to spend money on scanning software. More importantly, you don't have to spend any time scanning. What's the hot stock today? What's the news? What's the crypto here? What? Nope. I know what I'm going to trade. Clay, you really shouldn't give a crap about selling something you're putting in quite a few hours. There's no shame in selling. Yeah, that's fair. But at the same time, it's like a conflict of interest because I want to grow the stream, and I know people. Yeah, as I think about it, I don't know if I actually have any quality pushback against that. I think that's a more than fair point. I think maybe my theory is if people just enjoy what they're seeing here, then they'll maybe get a little bit more curious and go see what I have to offer. And then maybe they'd be a little bit more open to it. I think that's probably the theory. Get people comfortable in the sense of, oh yeah, this guy seems like he's halfway, not a total moron. Does he offer anything? It seems like he kind of, he does offer some stuff. Well, like I said, the core goal of this live stream is not to sell. Well, it's to sell Pam's plant, I guess. That would be the core idea because it's a quality, provable idea because you can just prove it right here through math. So I guess I'm trying to sell Pam's plant more than anything else. True, I am putting a lot of effort selecting what to trade. Yeah. So are you a day trader of stocks? Because if you're a day trader of stocks, you are not operating very efficiently. I have referred every single one of my friends that's interested in futures to your channel. Thank you, Paradigm. I appreciate that. That's a good question. Yeah, I'm with Stefano. Did anybody ever figure out what caused that big spike? Good point, Stefano. So back to Sugbar. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name. As a former day trader of options and stocks for many, many, many years, I can attest those things are pure and utter garbage compared to day trading futures. It's just not efficient. Once again, let me be clear. Well, I made this much. That's great. I'm not saying you can't make money. That's not the claim. The claim is it's inefficient. You're working harder, not smarter. All I know is a spike lined up with a pattern breakout. That is true. China news is why we had that spike. Thank you, Rick. And the China news, it sounded like news that had already come out, though. Just news about there being less tariffs or whatever. China talk about fentanyl as a concession in some... Concession? What do you mean there? It was news out of China being open to talks about a deal regarding trade. All right, I'm getting... So something to do with China, which makes sense. About fentanyl? So what, China... Okay, we promised to stop sending a bunch of fentanyl in? Is that what they promised to do? So they just admitted that they are the ones sending over the fentanyl? They're now using that as leverage. Yes, we are guilty. We are the ones sending fentanyl, but we will stop. So did they just admit it so that they can now use it as leverage? Am I understanding this right? Well, this area continues. I trade an Indian market. Oh my goodness, I have such good news for you. You can gain, well, let me ask you this. Would you like to trade the USA markets, which are the most liquid markets in the entire world? Would you like direct access to the USA markets as somebody that's from India? If so, I have great news for you. Agree with me, cost not only interacts, but he has very understandable. Thank you, Living the Life. Yes, please tell. All right. So what you're going to do, I'm going to do this very quickly, is Pam's plant, which is you're going to day trade futures through the prop firm. And the prop firm is key because the prop firm that I use, which is right here, Take Profit Trader, you'll select the purchasing power you want. But what's cool here is that they're open to pretty much everywhere. Now, I say pretty much everywhere because we got to make sure. Now, if you see your country on this list, sorry, that's not good news. But where's the I's? H, A, B, C, D. Oh, there we go. Notice right here, you do not see India. So because you do not see India, that means your country is not banned. So you could literally gain access to what you're seeing here. Very liquid, very smooth moving, very profitable potential markets through this prop firm in India. And if you have 105 US dollars, then you would be able to get into it. That's all it would take. 105 US dollars. So if you have that much money, you could get yourself $25,000 of purchasing power and put yourself on the prop firm trading journey. So there you go. Good news for anybody. And that's why I love the Prop Pams plant, because a big contingency of people I always got questions from were from Canada, UK, Europe, Australia, and India. It's like, hey, what would be the best platform? I want to trade the U.S. markets. What? And it's just like, there's not really anybody good. It's kind of messy. But now with Pam's plan, it's like, yep, first you just got to decide to trade futures, which you should do anyways, because they're the best thing to day trade anyways. And then second, use that prop firm, because that prop firm is open to all those people from those countries. Do you have a discount code to make it cheaper? I am not Andrew. So you're probably Andrew. But yes, code Clay at the top. Code Clay will give you the best deal possible out there, which right now for the prop firm is 30% off and then 0 activation fee, which is actually a very good deal. So the way it works, and this is unique to all prop firms, is you start off, you got to pass the test. And then when you go to the test to the pro is where you make that money. But usually when you go from test to pro, and again, this is all prop firms have some sort of form of this, there's something called an activation fee. And with Take Profit Trader, when you when you pass your test and want to activate your pro account, they'll charge you $130. But right now, code Clay, not only do you get 30% off, but this is not here. This is $0. There is no activation fee. So you could be all in. Your total risk in total could be $105. In fact, I don't know if Nathan is here, but Nathan, he hangs out on the channel. He had a prop firm. He had $130 in. That's what it cost him to get the account. He passed the test. He moved to pro, and then he made $9,700. He then did break the rules of the prop firm. So when you break the rules, they will take the account away from you. Now you can always buy another account for $100 with Take Profit Trader. But point being, he broke the rule, so they took the account away. But they took the account away after he had already made $9,700. So his all-in investment was $130. His all-in risk was $130, yet he walked away with $9,700 before finally, he blew up his account. So $130 investment for $9,700. To me, it's Pam's plant. I think it's a pretty good deal. I think it makes a whole lot of sense. Cool. You will trade on our behalf, or we will trade. No, you trade on your behalf. Brazil, I already have 250K. Awesome. Yep, they're open in Brazil. Hopefully you use code Clay. How did he break the rule? I think he lost too much. So he was using, I can't remember, I think a 50K account. So in some trade, he must have lost more than 2,000. Because if you lose more than 2,000, account is gone. I paid 130, then they say, sorry, we not paying you. I think there may be more to that story. Again, just kind of, we're just shooting the breeze right now, waiting to see what this consolidation wants to do. Even after he make 9,000. Well, yeah. You can't lose. If you violate the rules of the pro account, they will take it away from you because you violated the rules. But that's why people, once you start to get payouts, take the payouts, cover your cost, cover the cost that you spend on the accounts, and then it's all free money at that point. That is total. So if you lose $500 4 times, you're gone. No thanks on that tread line. Hello, I'm back. My account is live. I got the 50K using Clay. Awesome, Joe Purr. Even after he made 9... I'm not sure what you mean. If at any point your unrealized P&L drops to that 2,000 mark, it's done. Because there are rules that are going to force you to manage risk. So they're not going to let you hold and hope. Why? Because holding and hoping is a bad habit. So that's part of Pam's plant right here. Added risk control, not only because you protect your own money, because you put very little of your money in. You're only the money that you have at risk is just the cost of the account. But they also have those rules. So yes, one of those rules is they will not let you hold and hope. And if you're not aware, as a trader, holding and hoping is not a good habit. It's not a sustainable habit. So the prop firms will force upon you rules. But these rules, I argue, are a good thing because these rules will force you to focus on the things that need to be focused on, specifically risk management. Okay, good. Glad you understand. Thanks for asking. Like I said, if there's any other questions, let me know. Pam's plan is the way to go in the category of day trading. So many people I've come across that they trade like small cap stocks or options, but they're kind of a swing trader, but they're kind of a day trader. And the reason is, well, I don't have any day trades left. Or I only have one day trade left, because if you're under the pattern day trading rule, so if you don't have $25,000 in stocks or options, you fall under the pattern day trading rule. And then you're only allowed to make 3 day trades every 5 days. A day trade being buying and selling in the same day. So you can only do that 3 times every 5 days, which is why I would argue it's an oxymoron. It's contradictory. You cannot be a day trader under the pattern day trading rule, because day traders should be able to, well, dare I say, day trade as much as they want every single day. But you're not allowed to do that if you fall under that rule. Again, you got to have $25,000. But in futures trading, again, that's part of Pam's plan up here. That's why it's the point number 1. When it comes to the pattern day trading rule, booyah, there is none. You can day trade as much as you want every single day. And like I said, the part of the prop firm, you don't need a whole bunch of money. You don't need a lot of capital, because as you see here, the bare bones you could do, get $25,000 in purchasing power for $105. Now that is per month. That's only during the test phase. So that's why I always say to make sure everybody pass within the month. Don't rush, but pass within a month. But after you pass and go from the test phase into the pro phase, right here, there is no more monthly fee. So, I mean, like I said, the math is hard to argue against. Very, very difficult to argue against the math and everything else that these things have going on for it. So say I make $50K and then I lost 4 trades at $500. My account is gone. Yeah. Well, no, because Ethan, pretty much. Well, did you withdraw some of the money as you made it? If you kept all $50K in your account, no, because you would have a massive buffer. But if you withdrew all that money and you still had the $2,000 buffer, then yes, it would be gone. But if you're like, no, I'm going to leave $25,000 in, well, then no, you could lose $25,000 and still be okay. So that just depends. But to answer your heart, the heart of your question, yes, you could make $50,000. You could withdraw all $50,000. And then if you lose that $2,000, well, you violated the rule, so you lose the account. But you still have $50,000 in your bank account already. Oh, and I see. Thank you, patient trader. The code is the 105 is already there. 105, you see? It's already there's already 30% off. So 30% off is the 105. All right, I see. So it is good to leave some money in a buffer anyway. That's the great debate, Ethan. That is a great debate. Some people say, nope, just take it out as fast as you can get it. Other people say, no, leave it in there. Leave some in there. Build a buffer. So you can ask, 20 traders that. You'll probably get 20 different answers. But that's a good problem to have, because when you're at that point, you're making money. You're in payout zone. So that is a very good debate to be having with yourself. By the way, I am not Andrew. I'm pretty sure you're Andrew. So I'm watching you like a hawk. And I will probably ban you very quickly, because I'm at about 95%. Hello, everyone. Clay, is there a difference in using web Tradovate or download their... I do the desktop platform, Alex. I can't necessarily say with any sort of statistics that that's better. I feel better with it. So I use the desktop version, but I will say a lot of members in our private community use the web version. But yeah, I don't have any. I use the downloadable desktop version. Well, looking like it's going to try to make a venture back up to this area here, but as we've noted, that teal line there is representing the pivot point here on the 5-minute, that dotted brown line. So instead of tracking it on the 5-minute, we're just tracking it on the 2. So yes, that area has been very, very stubborn. Looking like the price is trying to get back up there, though. What do we think about SES today? Are you day trading SES, or what's going on with SES? I use the web version on my phone too. The app kind of sucks. Oh, really? I've heard people really like the app. But that is good to know that you can also just use the web version if you don't like the app. I think you're the first person that said that they don't like the app. So are you like a day trader, or what's going on with SES? Oh boy. Oh boy. Why, oh why are you trading this? Why? Why, oh why are you day trading this absolute nonsense? Are you day trading it because you don't have a lot of money and you're wanting to... Why though? I'm assuming you don't have to... Let me ask you this. Would you like to be a day trader and day trade as often as you want, but right now you can't do it because you don't have the $25,000, so you're stuck under that dreaded pattern day trading rule? Is that where you're at right now? That's got to be. Why else would you choose that, right? I'm assuming, did I just read your situation? Total failure back up. Paul Biggard. On the 50K account, take profit. After you hit 3,000 target for the text, what next, please? Then you move to your test phase. I'm sorry. You hit that. So on the 50, the test is you got to make 3,000. Not allowed to lose 2. But after you do make 3, then you will move from test into pro. Normally, you would have to pay $130 to do that, known as the activation fee. But with the current code, if you use code Clay, that goes to 0. There is no activation. So that's what happens after you hit your target. So you have $25,000, Wyatt Wonder. That's what you're telling me? You have $25,000 or more than $25,000 in your trading account? You're at what? You're at you have $25,000. What are you doing? Why are you, have you ever heard of futures? Have you ever heard of futures? Why would you choose a day? Okay. So here we're looking at futures. I want to be this fair. Same time of day. We're looking at the 2-minute time frame, okay? Everybody can see right here the 2-minute. Let's pull up SES. Let's look at the SES chart right now. Why would anybody ever choose? I'm giving you a hard time, but look at this. Look at this chart. Look at some of these candles. Look at this lack of volume. Look, the candle's not even moving. It's just sitting there. So you said you're a day trader. Why are you day trading this? Again, same time of day. Then let's hop over to the futures. Look how nice and smooth this is. Look at this chart. Nice and beautiful. Good patterns. Good movement. No, that doesn't answer my question. Why are you day trading? Why would you day trade something like this? I'm telling you, my friend, you are working harder, not smarter. I would highly encourage you to consider getting into day trading futures. And preferably through a prop firm because you'll do some dumb things. So I'd rather have it not cost you all of your money. Yeah, me too, Wyatt. Me too, Wyatt. Because I'll again, get into day trading futures. You can day trade as much as you want, and they certainly move a lot better than what you're looking at right now in SES on the 2-minute chart. Again, my friend, why put yourself through this? Look at this. Look, these things are barely moving. It is barely moving when you could be day trading something like this that is moving great. And boy, oh boy, do these things add up quick. So yes, I'm glad you found my channel too. When did I go full-blown prop firm? November. Are you still trading stocks and options? Absolutely not. As somebody that's day traded that stuff is pure and utter garbage. So not efficient. Not efficient. Do you like green spaghetti? I like green chili. Yeah, Lance, kind of crazy, huh? Again, if you are enjoying, hit that like button. I think we're going to set a record here. The record is, I want to say 203 likes. So we got a chance. Only at 2.5 hours. I've gone beyond 3 hours, and I'll go beyond 3 hours. But let's get this up to 200 likes, or I guess we'll go $20 in super chats, and I'll take it beyond 3 hours. So we got 34 minutes to drive this up to 200 likes. So if you have not yet used your like and you want the party to continue, hit that like button. That's how I measure whether or not I should keep the live stream going. Are people still interested? And the only way that I've thought about that I can quantify the metric, the definition of interested, are through likes and super chats. So if you are enjoying, hit that like button. Thank you, Any Mouse. I appreciate it. What platform are you using there with the order book? So what I'm doing is this. This is what you'll do. The link that you see at the top of the screen, you'll click on that because that'll get you into the prop firm so you can day trade futures. You're going to select what purchasing power. So if you have over $25,000, I mean, you could think about that. Instead of putting all $25,000 at risk or something, all you got to do is put $252 at risk. Because if you blow up your account, if you fail, that's okay. You're only out $250. But you would select the purchasing power you want. And then during the checkout phase, they're going to ask you what platform. And the one that you're seeing here on the screen is Tradeovate. They being the prop firm, will go create your account for you so that you can save the time and hassle of having to do that yourself. They'll send you the login, password, all that information, and then you can log in and you'll be looking at a platform very similar to this. And if anybody needs, and then I also have this video. Hey, Clay, how do I set up the platform? Looking like that. There is this video right here that's on my site. So there we go. Hey, we're at 177 likes already. Very good, very good. How do you feel about Beam Global? Well, what is Beam Global? Is that a stock? And in what regard, how do I feel about it? All right, we're getting... Okay, well, what's the ticker symbol on it? Oh, Beam is a ticker? Oh boy. You're not day trading this, are you? Are you day trading Beam? Are you day trading this? Or is this like an investment or a swing trade? What is this? Long term. Well, right now, very quickly, I see a bear pennant on it. Doesn't mean that it's going to break to the downside, but would I be shocked if this thing continues on down? I would not, because what I'm looking at here is a bear pennant and a very clear downwards trend. So in other words, I'm not a fan right now. Not a fan. All right, let's see if we can get a back test up to that area, somewhere around there. Could be an interesting short. You're welcome. Scalp bounce at 196. Where's 196? Yeah, I could see something like that. I would not call you crazy at all. I shoot people. I would not call you crazy at all. We'll see if it can try to make another push up to that area. Road to Patriotsville. Are you a day trader or are you just an investor? I might, Albert. I don't know all these like reinvented terms. So maybe I do, but I wouldn't call it that because I don't even know what that is. All I know is it's a reinvented term for something that has already existed. Also, didn't mean to say day trading on SES. Oh, okay. I was looking for swing, but then got greedy and didn't exit. Oh, okay. Well, anyways, Wyatt, if you are a day trader and you want to get into day trading, then yeah, I would do Pam's plant. No long-term investor, new to trading. Okay. What kind of trading do you want to do? Do you want to do day trading or swing trading? Going to try to short at 230. and pray we get down to short at 230. Where's 230 at? Okay, and then where'd your stop be? Pneumonia. I got my pneumonia. Are you pneumonia? I think you may be one of these advanced bots. So pneumonia in the chat. Please type in the chat box ABC. I think you may be one of these advanced bots. So please prove yourself that you're not by typing ABC in the chat box. So if you come back and type and have something different and it's not that, you will be banned, because that will be, as we've learned together as a group, that's how you expose the bots. Ryan Kruger, it's just where... No, I didn't say you, Wise Trade. Yeah, all right. All right. All right. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Just in where there's a large increase. It's just where there's a volume and leaves a gap in price. A gap in price between the high and the low of that. Okay. CBA. No, I only wanted pneumonia to do it. Nobody else needed to type ABC, but I appreciate people just making sure that I knew that they were not bots. Okay, Klings, I downloaded it last night and signed up through code Clay. Thank you, Alex. Also haven't figured out how to move the stop loss line. Right here, Alex, watch. So I'll put a line in right here. So buy. And if you want to move, you just drag your cursor. See how it turns to these arrows? And then whoop, whoop. Sound effects are optional. You don't have to do the sound effects, but if you want, whoop, whoop, it helps. Can you tell I'm a father of a couple of young kids with my sound effects? Yeah, no, I know it stands for fair value. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what a fair value gap is. It's just, I probably use it. I just don't call it that. That's right, Alex. No problem. Am I teaching my kids how to trade? Nope. I'm going to teach them how to save money and invest. And then if they express interest in trading, I'd be open to it. But right now, just trying to teach them how to be good with money management. Lesson 1, kids, if you only make $20, don't go spend $20.01. That's going to be a life of always being behind. So that's the first lesson I'm trying to drive home. And right now, every dollar they make, of it, 30% goes to savings and investing. I realize that's not going to be like real world, because they're not in the real world where they don't have to worry about, obviously, all the real world expenses. So I'm not saying it'll always be, but I want to I want them to feel the pain. Just because you get $10, that don't mean you get to go spend $10. $3 right away, gone into the piggy bank, so that you can, because in order to invest money, you got to be able to save money. So saving is step 1. I'll say it again. In order to be able to invest money, you have to have money. In order to have money, you got to make money. But in order to keep that money, you got to save that money. Nope, no dad tax. Just financial. I mean, I want to say wisdom, but it makes me sound like I guess it's wisdom, but it's. You would think that it'd be a little bit more straightforward. It's sad how many people don't seem to understand the idea of, hey, if you make $100, don't go spend 101. I'm short from 223. Oh, come on, Brian, too late. But I'll trust you because you have given us plenty. No, I'm not hitting them with any taxes. They learn about taxes when they go to try to buy something. Then I explain sales tax. So they're learning about taxes through sales tax. Set up a company and send all profit to an anonymous charity. Yes, that'll be next week. Next week, we're getting into the offshore bank accounts. But this week for homeschool, we're just focusing on some other stuff. But yes, next week on the homeschool agenda, offshore bank accounts. You can just Google it, Alex. Just Google points per whatever you're interested in, and it'll pull it up real quick. Society encourages spending and credit cards. It's definitely been glorified that much more, especially through social media. 19 more. Oh yeah, we're doing good on likes again. We have 25 minutes to get 19 more likes. If we get this up to 200 likes, then I'll take this beyond the 3-hour mark. But that is how I determine whether or not people are still interested. It's just, I'll keep streaming as long as people are interested, and I gauge people's interest levels via that like button. What stock or ETF are we looking at here? We are looking at futures. I am trading futures, which is what you should trade if you want to be a day trader. So road to Patriotsville, if you have less than $25,000 and you would like to be a day trader, then you're gonna have to trade futures. You'll be happy you did though. Because in stocks and options, unless you got 25,000, you're gonna fall under that pattern day trading rule. Were you in calls or puts this week for ES? I don't think Albert's talking to me because I'm not trading options. Cyprus is your favorite. Thought there's a preferred site or area to choose. There might be, Alex, but I think Google is just going to be the quickest. How long have I been trading? Since 2006. I saw a video of a person who thought credit cards were free money and making a credit card was... That's scary. Hopefully that was just like for TikTok entertainment. No one should be trading Forex. Agreed. After that 2020 scandal, no, I think just people shouldn't be trading it because it moves like garbage. And yes, there are a lot of definitely shadiness going on in the Forex world, for sure. Short at 195, but didn't get in yet. Might cancel because it didn't pick up. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this line here. It's not seeming too relevant. I am interested in a short of the back test of this former breakdown point because I can put my stop nicely above the purple line. In fact, let me put that in right now. And I like that enough. I'll go up to 3. So sell, buy, stop. There we go. So risking about 10 points, risk about $60 on it. And yeah, if I lose $60 on it, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. My day will still be plenty green. It was on a show of a guy helping. Oh boy, that's scary. All right. Well, this is kind of strong, but I'm going to... Oh, look, it got so close to my move. Moved up a little bit now. I'm going to try to play the reject of the 50 period at this point. I don't know. I should probably stuck with my plan. It's right at that level. We will let hindsight be the judge. So I'm now looking to play a rejection off of that purple line. So it's either going to reject or it's going to pop up through and take me out, and so be it. Ooh. I like this. I like this on the tick chart. 5-minute tick chart. Right up there at that 50 period. Well, that's what I get for being greedy. Greed comes in many ways. How did greed get me in that situation? Oh, I just want a little bit better of a point. I just want a little bit better of an entry. And look at that. Oh my... See, a lot of people think greed just shows up in like bad entry points, which I mean is fair. It does. Don't get me wrong. But that's a hidden way greed operates. And I mean, these live streams are really good. I like them. I mean, sometimes I look like a total moron like I do right now, but the education in that is so valuable because you all saw them play out in real life. You all saw me map that out. And then you all saw me be like, okay, let me adjust that entry point up. That was greed. I want an even better entry point. And what did greed? And greed cost me money. How did it cost me money? Well, the good old opportunity cost. It cost me the opportunity to have absolutely booyah. Man, greed is a tricky bugger. Just remember that. Oh, I want an even better entry point. Well, before you know it, you can cost yourself one of these trades. Oh boy. All right. I'm not like on tilt alert, but the voices are creeping up. Clay, you look really stupid. You better try to do something to get that. Please stop going down. Please, just stop. Have mercy on me here. Because it is totally valid. I was going for 3. I would have taken 2 out by now, and I'd have 1 with a stop loss, and I'd be trailing this down. Have you tried anything else besides futures? Yes, for the past basically 20 years, I've day traded stocks and options. And I can say that those things are pure and utter garbage compared to day trading futures through a prop firm. All right, I gotta see if my daughter did the. Hey, we still need 16 likes, by the way. I'm starting to go in a little bit of panic mode. If we're gonna take this beyond 3 hours, we need 200 likes. I'll be back in just a second. Hey, Faye, did you squirt? No, like. Yeah, it's past 12 now, right? It's 1. At 1. You did? And you sprayed it at 12? Okay. Can you close that gate, please? Oh, you're coming back up? Hey, buddy, what's going on in your room? I know you can work faster than that. This is okay. I can't tell. Is this a revenge trade? Tilt trade? Or is that actually a good short right there? I can't tell right now. I'm not in the right mental state, so I have no idea if I'm actually looking at a good trade or if this is just the revenge voices, the tilt voices. I don't know. That one, man. Yeah, but you learn nothing from the ones who only post claim wins. Yeah, that's fair enough. I don't know. Tell me, am I tilting or is that actually a valid trade? I better not take it. Oh, but it looks so good on the 5-minute too. 5-minute, or not, I'm sorry, not the 5-minute, the tick chart. I don't trust you, Force Fed. You just want me to go on tilt. Like, you're actually a very untrustworthy person when I stop and think about it. Like, for the people that like want me to do things that send me on tilt for entertainment purposes, that's kind of savage. Have you ever thought about that, Force Fed? This is where you go long. It's not a terrible risk. I mean, if I put my stop up there. All right, I want to see it cut. All right, well, never mind. Yeah, weren't you wrong about something else too, Force Fed, when I lost money? Full port it long. If you are green, just stay green. Enjoy the week. Well, I mean, I'm green, and the size that I'm playing with, again, what's this loser doing? Why is he only doing MNQ and just a few? Because I'm managing my daily risk. What do I mean by my daily risk? By this, I am plenty green on the day. If you think that I'm going to risk something that puts me at risk of wiping all this weight and going red into the weekend, you are a crazy person. I'm not a degenerate gambler. I do have my moments where I've gone on tilt, stuff like that, and I'm always aware of it. Like, that's why I'm trying to be very self-aware right now that I'm on tilt alert, because you all saw that how that trade played out, or how the lack of the trade played out. But yes, there's a very, 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 very little chance I go red today. I was gonna say there's no way I go red, but that would be a guarantee. But yes. And I encourage you all to do the same. Are you managing your daily risk? What do I mean by your daily risk? Well, right now, if you're green, so let's just say this. We're going to do a real life lesson. Let's say you're up $500. I want you to ask yourself this right now. Well, I don't want to keep trading. Okay, well, just ask yourself this. How much green would keep you happy going to the weekend? And if somebody says, well, all right, I know I'd still be happy at $350. Okay, here's my question. How much risk are you now allowed to take if you do take one more trade? Again, you're up 500. You've told yourself that you would indeed still be happy if you had $350 going into the weekend. So on your next trade, how much can you risk? On your next trade, how much can you risk given the premise I just laid out for you there? Given our exercise in daily risk management, how much can you risk? Hey, we still need 5 more likes to keep the party going. Let's get this up over 200. Albert, where did that come from? Correct, $150, right? No, not whatever you're... No. You have $150 of risk. If you are up 500 and you know you would be happy at $350, well, then that gives you $150 of wiggle room. So for those of you that said 150, good job. You passed the quiz. So yes, if you are green on the day, do that mental exercise. Ask yourself, how much would make me happy? How much would I be okay with entering into the weekend? And then just do that following math. If you're at 500 and you're like, I want 500, well, then that means you're done trading because that would imply you have 0 more risk you can take on the day. Well, right, that would be the opposite side, or you go full degen. But again, I'm operating under the lens and the premise of the people that are trying to be responsible, risk-aware traders. So that all sparked because somebody's like, well, you don't want to go red. You don't want to give things back. I'm willing to give back some on the day. But I'm not willing to give back a whole lot. That's why I'm doing very small size. For that reason and the reason of, hey, we're at 201. Let's go. This is going to be a record-breaking stream. This is a record-breaking crowd. I feel it. Let's keep it going. Very, very enjoyable crowd here today. Excellent point on day risk. Thank you, Ben. Yep. There's many ways to manage risk, people, sometimes, and I'm guilty of it too. But you know, if you just ask yourself some questions, it's amazing how the risk starts to take care of itself. I want to cut more candles above here, and I will take that short. It's only going to get better the more often you go live. Well, I've been going live every day. Well, not every day. I don't come back on I don't do Sundays, but you know what I mean. For about 3 months now. So it seems to be slowly creeping up. My goal, just because I like to try to build things, see if I can make it happen. My goal is to have 1,000 concurrent viewers. I have no idea if that's realistic or not. But that's kind of just a little goal I have. So we'll see what happens. And as long as I'm having fun, I'll do it. I don't need to be doing this, but I find it pretty fun, pretty entertaining. I do like to. It's always motivating when somebody comes back and thanks me. They're like, "Hey, man, thank you. I did not know about Pam's plant. I did not know about that, and wow, now I can actually do what I want to do." Mainly, people are like, "I've always wanted to be a day trader, but because of that pattern day trading rule, I haven't really been able to do that because it's been a massive thorn in my side." But hey, man, thanks for telling me about Pam's plant. Like, that's cool. Like that, there's a good satisfaction in that. When you get 1,000 views, that chat box moves fast. That's true, and I'm gonna keep up with it. And Judge, you're gonna be deleting all sorts of stuff. Set your stop before entering a trade is how I manage risk. Well, that's not fully risk management. Because in my example, Mark, what you're putting yourself at risk of is, let's say you're at 500, and then, you'd be happy with 350. Per your premise, set your stop before entering a trade. Okay, well, what happens if you set a stop, and that stop is actually for $200? Well, now you're at risk of dropping down below what you had told yourself you would be happy with. And if that happens, hello, tilt. Hello, I got to get that back. And then hello, ruined weekend. So, Mark, you're kind of there, but I would argue you're missing some. You're leaving yourself vulnerable to going on tilt, even by you setting a stop. Because what happens if your stop causes you to lose more money than yet you actually want to lose? I will be on my days off, Fridays and any day during the week if we are slow at the center. Cool. Yeah, childlike. Always nice to have you here. Why do you not have sticker symbols for... Why are you not getting $5.99 from paid subs each? I have no idea what stickers are. What are stickers? Probably because I'm an old man. I don't really know what I'm doing with the live stream stuff, so I have no idea. The paid subs, I have no interest in doing that. If people want to, I already have a subscription service through my site, so I'm not really interested. But I have no idea what stickers are. Oh, I don't know, Ryan. No, you're right, Mark. It does save a blown account. I'm just saying that you could fine-tune your risk management that much more. But you just said set your stop before entering a trade is how I manage my risk. Good. That's a good step. But what I'm suggesting is you're not operating with the full picture. You could be doing risk management even better is what I'm suggesting. Dude, I just got even and realized I was only trading 2 MNQ per account. I thought it was trading 10. I'm even and done. Good job, Emmy. Good job. You're a pup. I'm a young pup. I'm a young stud. In fact, call me Clay Stallion from now on. Okay? That's my new name around here. Clay Stallion. Can you explain the whole end your day quick, buy, sell, different ticker to end the day, like you said the other day? Because, Alex, on some prop firm worlds, like you'll need to trade for X amount of days. But if you've already hit the price target, so in Take Profit Trader, you have to trade for 5 days during the test. But if you hit the price target on day number 3, well, you still need to trade 2 more days in order to fulfill the 5-day requirement. So on those days, you do a flip trade. And all you do is you go to, I do 1 MNQ, and then you'd come up here, buy and sell as quick as you can go. So you either make a couple dollars or lose a couple dollars, and then that's it. Because now you have traded for that day. Do you have a different plan for Friday afternoon going into the weekend? That's a good question. Yeah, probably. I'm probably a little bit more conservative just because it is Friday. It is going into the weekend. So, yeah, probably. Good question. Is this thing going to... Man, so this is driving shorts crazy right now. I'm sure there's been plenty of shorts that have been trying to take this trend line and it won't go. Hey, man, congrats on the over 200 likes. I'm going for a walk. Yeah, have a good one, Emmy. DF Privert. Do you day trade live every day? Yes. I'm here at the latest of 11 a.m. Eastern. I think we need 2 more likes, and this is a record-setting stream. I think 210 was our record. I could be wrong. So if you want to be part of a record-breaking stream, you're enjoying what you see, hit that like button. But yes, at this point, we're gonna keep pushing beyond the 3-hour mark. We got a party going. We're gonna keep that party going. Is this the short? $220. I don't. We'll see if it wants to come back down. Your EMA is making this interesting indeed. Yeah, that 21 EMA doing work right now. Boop. Boop. Again, sound effects are optional. But I got 6 kids. Sound effects are helpful. Like, okay. Here's a parenting tip to anybody that's got younger kids. Like, in their faces, they've got a bunch of stuff on them and you got to wash it off. And the kids, I'm crying. I'm telling you, if you make sound effects as you do it, they won't cry. Like, as you do it, they won't cry. There's my parenting 101 tip right there. Back to our normal scheduled program. KX, hey, how you doing? I took profit. Good job, Brian. Hey, Dot. Come here real quick. You can come too if you want, Trip.
What?
Remember when you're in here for likes? Do you remember the number of likes?
Was it 60?
It was 60? Now look at it.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. 218.
That's a lot.
I know. Remember when you were in here for the likes? Do you remember what number it was?
Like 62?
Yeah, now look at it.
218?
218. Holla!
Didn't it? I remember hearing you yesterday and you're like, Come on, just one more. Come on, just gets 90.
Yeah, just one more like. Just hit. Yeah, exactly.
But now you got to 200. Yeah. 200.
Yeah, we're at 220 now. I bet even more would hit it if you said, "Hey, hit that like button."
Hey, hit that like button.
Please be polite. Okay, let's see. Watch that number. Oh, there's one. There's one non-savage out there.
Hit that like button, please.
Okay, now you say this. Say, use code Clay so I can eat tonight. A lot of people get the joke. Say that in here. Use code Clay so I can eat tonight. Say that right here.
Use code Clay tonight so I can eat tonight.
You lean in here. Right here.
Use code Clay tonight so I can eat tonight.
There you go. Very good.
Yay, you went to 260.
26. Very
Hit
good.
that like button, please.
We could get up to 250. We're at record-breaking territory right now.
Why is it got
to 300? Because it's not even. You're not. Are you gonna? When do you stop working?
Well, we're going on about 3 hours, so I'll probably go a little. Well, I'm definitely going beyond 3, but yeah, we're probably. I don't know. We'll see. If the likes keep going up, then I got to keep going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they stop,
Yeah, if they stop, then they're not interested anymore.
Hit the like button.
Yes.
Please.
Say
Smash
holla.
it.
Smash that like button. That's right.
destroy it.
Destroy it. There
Hey,
you.
229.
229.
Yeah.
Say.
Package.
I got a package.
That is said 50 cents.
50 cents.
Yeah, but
It's for mommy. It's for mommy. Okay, can you take that back down? All right, I got to get back to work.
It's at 231.
231. Let's go.
Yay.
Let's go.
Hit, smash the like.
Smash it. That's right. Destroy it.
What?
Oh, okay. Talking here, you got to come in the camera and be like, hit that like button. Look. So when Dot and everybody was out earlier, it was at 60. Now look at it. It's at 230.
Whoa.
Yeah. What do you think it's going to do, buddy? Look at it coming down. Think it's going to go down. You think it can break that yellow line?
Yeah.
Think so? Should I try to make some money there?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Trip says we should go short. Well, me. We're entertainers. This is not financial advice. Right, Trip? Say this is not advice. Say that real quick.
This is not advice.
You got to say it with confidence. Say this is not advice. Say it like that.
This is not advice.
Very good. Very good. All right. Let's see if it wants to come down through here. We'll put our stop right up here. That means we'll get out if it cannot come through. But this thing has got to come down, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, look how it's just going sideways here. So there's a lot of people right now that are buying, and there's a lot of people that want to see this go up. So the people that want to go up, how do you think they're going to feel if it does that?
Bad.
Bad, exactly. So that's when we want to hop in. When those people are feeling bad, we want to get in, because if they're feeling bad, you think they would sell? They're like, I'm done. I feel bad. I want out of this. Yeah. So that's when we're also going to sell. But then we want to sell because if we sell and it goes down even further, then that means we're making money. That's called shorting. We're going short. But yes, you're absolutely right. There's people in here that bought that want it to go up. So if it does come down, you're right. They're going to feel bad. And that's when we want to into action. When they're feeling bad. So, okay, come on down. Make those longs feel bad. Longs are the people that bought. Come on. Make them longs feel bad, right? But we could be wrong. So we have to acknowledge that. So that's why we're going to put our stop up there. Our stop is where we would just get out and we would actually lose money. So you can't always be right. Maybe the longs are going to fool us. Act like they're getting sad and then they'll go whoop and then they'll laugh at us. But that's okay. Sometimes that's just how the market goes. How's your cleaning coming? Good. Okay. But sometimes it's a waiting game too, right? Now we have to see if the price wants to come back down here. You got stuff you got to do? Is your room cleaned yet?
No, not yet.
All right, why don't you go finish that up? I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay. I'm working on something.
Did you get your outside thing done?
Yeah. A lot of the stuff are hard to get to. Some of the
Well,
stuff.
you did your best though?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's way down in the mulch.
Oh yeah, stay out of the mulch, yeah.
I had to go in the mulch.
Did you check yourself for ticks?
Oh, no.
Well, good. We're going top side. All right, we'll see. Saw your video on futures trading. Thanks. Tonight is my introduction to day trading. This is awesome. Was starting the micro market. Yes. Start with the micro market, the MNQ. If you are brand new to futures trading, start with MNQ. Great movement, but your risk will be minimal just because it doesn't move as fast. Once you get your feet wet, once you can prove yourself, then you can move to the NQ. The NQ is a volatile monster. Looks like a hammer down, but my phone is hard to see. Yeah, we're watching. We're watching. I mean, I can see too. If people are like, I'm buying the break of these highs, I can see that. I'm not going to do it, but I would not call you crazy. I see the logic. And as I always say, you know what? Even if you're wrong, I still got nothing but respect because at least you're making logical trades. At least you're thinking through things and not just acting like a total degen and doing randomness. I've been sitting in this short trade since... So Steve is having to deploy some patience right now. Thank you, Brian. Yes, you're a good man, Brian. Yesterday, if you were not here, Kit, one of my a daughter, was in here. Yeah, can we make? She always comes in like, Dad, can we go make money? It's like, well, no, the market's, But anyways, so I went and I thought I was gonna do one MNQ, but I did one NQ, and again, NQ are the volatile ones, and it was like boom, like $80 gone, just like that. I was like, ugh. And I yelled in her ear because as soon as I noticed, I was like, oh no. And I was like, oh, sorry. And it was a disaster. Pure disaster. So thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. All right. Well, like I said, anybody that's buying that breakout, you got the breakout. Scalpers may be okay already, I guess, depending on how much they'd want to scalp. Oh, I missed it. I totally missed the tick chart. This will mean a little bit more to those of you that remember from the live stream, but earlier I was talking about the tick chart and how I like that 50-period moving average. And wouldn't you know it, boop. And I think somebody asked, it was a funny comment. I don't know if they're still here, but somebody asked, do the sound effects work on significant others? Absolutely. Absolutely. Crazy people that buy market do not use limits. Well, it's not totally crazy in futures. Coming from your world of stocks that you're used to, Wyatt Wonder, I can see why you would say that. In futures, it's not nearly as crazy to just buy the market because this is a liquid market. It moves. Plenty of liquidity, tight spreads. Things get moving. So I hear what you're saying, and I do agree within certain contexts, and I understand why you'd say that given the context of where you're coming from. But yeah. In futures, not really that crazy to buy the market. Check out OKLO, please. Okay, so here's... Okay, Gravy, you just got yourself a homework assignment. I want to teach you how to network with traders, okay? I want you to listen to this. There we go. Please, Gary, go and listen to this. Because right now, you just set yourself up for a whole lot of potential pain. So there you go. Listen to that podcast. Based on that question, you need to listen to that podcast. If that's how you're going to conduct yourself going around the internet, you're setting yourself up to be misled. You're setting yourself up for potential pain. And that episode will explain why. I think it's like 12 minutes long. Very, very dangerous question. What was the question? Check out OKLO, please. Terrible question. Really bad question. Really dangerous question. You can confirm sound effects work. Very good. Futures remind me of crypto. Exactly. They're just better than crypto because they just move better. Futures have more liquidity. I'm telling you, day trading futures is better than anything else you can make. Or is anything else you can choose. And around here, I know we have a lot of new viewers. That is what we call Pam's plant. I came to hang out. Well, it's good to have you here. Please hit that like button, Rams, if you're going to have a good time hanging out. I mean, we might as well go for 250 likes, shouldn't we? I mean, we're only 13 away. If you are enjoying, if you're having fun, if you've learned something, if you're entertained, if you're anything positive, hit that like button. Even if you're something negative, hit the like button. It'll make you feel better. I just read a study yesterday that if you're in a bad mood, hitting the like button on a live stream will automatically cheer you up. I just read it. Scientific study. Harvard Journal. I like the way you present this. Fun to watch. Well, thank you, Donovan. I appreciate that feedback. I am all for feedback. I'm open for constructive criticism. That's how, in fact, I've built pretty much the entire educational program that I offer. Started with one class. People had some constructive criticism. I listened, built from there, and now I have a full-blown program, all built by just... So there's some life advice. Listen to constructive criticism. I'm telling you, it can take you far. Shared your live to my friend who is new to futures. Thank you, Clay. Good. Well, thank you, KX. Already likes. Thank you, Rams. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. I don't... What's stop the cap mean? I just lost 10K on crypto. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. How'd that happen? You saw it in Time Magazine yesterday? Yeah, it was. Front page. You take the edge off from trading. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think there needs to be a little bit of paranoia because this is actually serious business. But maybe I'm overthinking that. Still waiting on that lower trend line. Oh, come on. Don't break it. No, I can't take it right now. That's chasing. Give me a little bit of consolidation here. I can't take it on that candle. It was just up here. There. Look at that. Right off the trend line. Again, charts are not perfect. I'm not patting myself on the back. I think many of you could have drawn that trend line. Charts are not perfect. They're not a holy grail. Trend lines are not a holy grail. But, I mean... Even if you just want to call that a self-fulfilling prophecy. Look at that. Crazy. Crazy. Well, why didn't I buy the trend line? Why am I so short biased right now? Because of this over here, that voice is still there. That trade. For those of you that were here for that trade, that will haunt my dreams. It will haunt my dreams. Just like my beautiful face is going to haunt all of your dreams this weekend. You're going to wake up in a cold sweat screaming, Clay Stallion. I got to be careful with all the jokes because there's new people streaming on, and so these comments they're like, what's this guy talking about? We're getting too many live stream jokes where if I keep cracking them, it's just not going to make any sense. So like earlier when my kids were saying use code Clay, the joke around here is I do have 6 kids. So if you want to support the channel, aka if you want to feed my kids, please use code Clay. Oh, we're hitting for 250. Uh-oh. Are we still here? The live stream literally said no data for a second, but now it says excellent condition again. Or excellent connection. Okay, all right. All right. Hold steady here. Hold steady. I love how I look at the stats like I actually know what I'm looking at. Like I'm looking at drop frames that says 0%. I don't actually know what that means. Can people hear me? Test, test, test. Okay. All right. I'm not sure why am I talking to this guy that said sound? Because if he's having sound issues, he cannot hear me. Hello, everyone. Oh, that's a unique name. I guess hello, Daddy. Is this a stock? And if so, which one? No, this is futures. Daddy, as I've discussed many times, I'm just going to call you D. Like, that sounds too weird to call to you Daddy. But D, yeah, as we've talked about around here, if you are a day trader of stocks, you're working harder, not smarter. You are working hard, not smarter. Day trading stocks, and this is coming from someone that's day traded stocks for basically 20 years, is absolute pure and utter garbage compared to day trading futures. I still regret the fact that I stuck in stocks for so long, stock and options for so long. When my community was like, Clay, get to futures. Clay, get the futures. Clay, now there's these thing called prop firms where you can do futures through a prop firm. Go do that. And I was a stubborn donkey. Clay, I've been here since 12. You haven't taken a trade yet. I would have taken 20 by now. Well, in my defense, I did try to take one not that long ago, and I totally got greedy, adjusted my entry point, and then I missed the trade. And also in my defense, I've been waiting on this trend line here. But as you can see here, it's not breaking down through. So, I mean, I'm trying. I'm waiting. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I see that unfilled uptrend around 1240. Unfilled. I don't know what's an unfilled uptrend. You mean a gap? I don't think I've ever heard that term before. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what an unfilled uptrend is. I'm trying to play it smart. I am trying to play it smart. I've just started day trading, made $7. Nice, Donovan. What are you trading? Or what are you day trading? Hopefully you're doing futures. Nah, step away from this chop. Yeah, no, that's why in my mind, if it can push down through here, then my question would be, okay, is that kind of the signal that this chop is done and it's ready to make a new leg down? But yes, I do agree. This seems quite choppy in between here, which is why I'm just kind of sitting here. Oh, no, I didn't take any offense. No offense. The price direction arrow near the green and white line around the price direction arrow. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to troll you. I don't know what you're talking about. The price direction arrow? There's an arrow? Around 1240 or 1230. I'm not sure what you're saying. Hopefully this is a new lower low. Are you still short, Steve? Steve has the patience of a saint. Traded futures today. As opposed to what else, KX? You better not be day trading any other garbage. If you're going to day trade futures. There's no need to be hopping back and forth between things. Short with 3 MES. Man, yeah, Steve, props to you for your patience. I hope it pays off for you. How many take profit trader accounts can you have? You can up to 5. But the nice thing is, as you have 5 and the copy trading, you can still be taking other account, or you can be using test accounts, passing those, and then they don't cost you any money. There's no monthly fee. If you pass an account, it can just sit there and wait. So if you blow up a pro account, boom, just like that, you can plug another one in. Sir, are you short or long? Can the price range have a pullback to today's? I am neither. I am waiting. If I was in something right now, these numbers over here would be fluctuating. So I am in nothing right now. Can the price have a pullback to today's opening range? Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. I wish I started with futures, but here we are now. So what did you used to trade, KX? What did you day trade before you moved into futures? Box with the line under it means uptrend. Box, it says a trend, but goes up significant amount invested. Okay. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, D, but hey, if it's working for you, man, go for it. Do it. Keep doing it. Goodness, this thing is just... Well, I mean, I don't know why I'm totally shocked. It's a Friday afternoon, so... Still better than, what do we have, SCS earlier? Or Beam? Let's look at Beam. Somebody asked about Beam. Let's look at this on the 2-minute time frame. Ah! Again, why would you ever choose to, be day trading any of these little small cap stocks? Look at this chart. Same time, or you can come to do futures. And you got nice smooth movement. No, all right, D. Now it's time to bring out... Come on, man. Nothing happens 100% of the time. Come on, please take back that statement. Don't lose your credibility around here. Please, 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 for the sake of intellectual honesty and credibility, take back your statement about something always happening 100% of the time. Because if that is true, that means we have now met the richest person in the world. Because you have located the ultimate strategy where you are right 100% of the time. So you can go all in all the time and you are right 100% of the time. Please, please refrain. Take back that statement. I know, hey, Nathan, that's what I'm saying. Well, my kids were here. The kids asked for likes, and we have a whole lot of kind people here that were willing to hit that like button. It's going to drop. Abraham, so you're short. Where are you short at, Abraham? And where's your stop at? Or are you just armchair quarterback and stuff? Are you just talking, Abraham? So it's going to drop. Fair enough. What level are you short? Where are you going to get short at? And then where's your stop at? Carlitos, I've been trading options for 4 years. The traps and time decay are terrible, but I just hate the fees and commissions of futures trading. Are you kidding me? The futures trading commissions are nothing. Are nothing. Please don't tell me that you're saying this. Well, I know I can day trade as much as I want. I know there's no theta. I know there's no time decay, but at least I don't have to pay any commissions. At least with the broker I'm using. Like, that is a moot point. Like, you could make $200 in the blink of an eye with futures, and your commission would be $5. Like, are you serious? Where'd Abraham go? Abraham, please don't tell me you're one of these people that just show up and run your mouth and don't back any. Come on, man. Come on, I'm trying to help you out. You said it's going to drop. Don't wait until it drops and then tell us, oh, well, I got short up here. Oh, how convenient is that? Tell us right now. Come on, where are you getting short at? Where's your stop at? I would say day trade stocks and the worst thing, options. I dislike options so much. Yeah, exactly. Futures only. Once again, exactly. I do trade for 1 year. I have hard time to be profitable. That's all right, Paul. I mean, it's not the easiest thing. You just got to keep grinding, man. Keep grinding. Uh-oh, Steve just reached the point of, he wants... In the regular stock market, I can find easily only using 6 or 7 stocks, stay around a week. Wow, Daddy is the greatest trader we've ever met. How you must be worth billions of dollars. We have been graced by somebody. And he's doing it easily. In the regular stock market, I can easily, only using 6 or 7 stocks a day, around 6,000% a week, every week as my minimum, making around 1,200% a day. Okay, he's trolling. Okay. As I read that, you're trolling. Got it. I'm sorry I didn't pick up on that earlier enough. Sorry. Yeah, yeah. As I read that, Jonathan, I was like, wait a second, this dude's just joking around. Well played, sir. Well played. Got it. I didn't pick up on your humor. But then as I started to read all those numbers, I see what you're doing. Well played, sir. Forex or stocks? Davis, this is futures. And day trading Forex or stocks would be a very inefficient way. You would be working harder, not smarter, if you choose to day trade either Forex or stocks. Daddy, no, we get it, Daddy. The joke's up. We understand you're just trolling now. You can stop. Let's return back to our normally scheduled program. Well played, sir, but you can give up the gig now. Tell us what your trade is. When did you enter? There is no trade right now. If I was in a trade, these numbers would be fluctuating. I have been waiting for a trade. I've been waiting for the price to come down here and for it to break, but it's just not doing it. Brian King, me. No, this daddy guy. All right, daddy, you're about to get banned. Like, because now I'm actually thinking you're serious and you're not trolling. Like, nobody here believes any of this nonsense. Like that. It's so crazy that everybody here just thought you were being a troll. All right, he's actually serious. He's gone. Holy smokes. What? So to some of you out there that are like, Clay, dude, I was just kidding. That's what I mean. Please cut me a little bit of slack, because there's always some people like that show up. And I apparently was serious with all these 1,000%, and he makes 12,000 or 1,200% a week. I guess he was serious. So again, if I ever give you a hard time and you're like, dude, lighten up, like, I'm just kidding. I do apologize, but I just ask for a little bit of grace on your end to realize that, like, there are people like that. I don't even know that person that do exist apparently. He was about to send you a link to show you. This is from Nigeria. Yeah. Well played. That's funny. Do you watch Baddies? I have no idea what Baddies is. Nope. No, I was talking about James. All right. Sorry. Yep. Cool, Brian. All right. If this wants to come back down, I'll take a short. But if this no, it's pushing up too much now. All right, if this wants to pop up more and come back down, I'm interested in a short. Kind of based off the premise, are we going to get stuck around this backtest point? Oh, yeah, exactly, James, yeah. Wow, that was wild. That is true. That is a possibility. Like, if that was him, it's official. Like, he's, like, mentally sick at this point, which is, very sad. Very sad. All kidding aside. Do you trade micros or minis? I trade both. Depending on how I feel about a setup, depending on the time of day, I'll do micros or I can do minis, just because, like I said, if I'm extra confident, and it's, just something, if I deem it an A+ setup and there's a bunch of different good factors going on, then I have no problem going with minis and doing multiple. But if it's kind of like, or if it's like right now, and I'm doing just kind of daily risk management, meaning I'm very solid on the day green, and I'm not looking to risk going red or give back a significant amount. So in this situation, I'm just doing micros. Hello, sir. I've just come across your channel. Do you trade Forex? No, I day trade futures in a prop firm. Day trading Forex is no good, my friend. There are better things for you out there than day trading Forex. Clay, do you like the Superdome, or do you find it helpful? I don't use this. I only have this on here because I know some people do like it and do like to monitor it. So that's why I have it on here, but I do not use that for anything. Yeah, why? That was pretty crazy. Why is this short here? And poor Abraham. Remember Abraham? Dude that was saying it was going to go down? Isn't that weird how those people show up, run their mouth, and then it does the exact opposite thing? Abraham, where are you? What was his comment? I'm trying to find it. Shows up, big game. You ask for specifics, and then you get nothing. And then it does the exact opposite of what they said. Now, we all know that if the price does come down, what's going to happen? He'll show up and say, see, I told you so. Exactly, Alpine. It's going to go up or down 50% of the time, 10% of the time, 100% of the time. Exactly. I'm still holding my pretend pre-called out long, the green line, my exit. Alrighty. So clearly our styles of TA differ a bit. What would you consider an A+ setup? I think Brian is... Hey, you must be talking to somebody else, because I'm not looking at anything that I would consider an A+ setup. He's probably fizzled back to Genesis. Steve, I'm still short here, getting close to my stop. Steve, I commend you, man. That's awesome that you were able to be patient for this long. But that's also a pretty big buzzkill when like you're that patient for that long and then you end up stopping out for a losing trade. But it happens. 100% convinced. Yeah, conviction. That's a little different. What was that, Tony? I missed Tony. Thoughts on XAUSD? Davis, are you a day trader? Let me ask you this. I need to get a little more context. Are you a day trader asking me about Forex? Abraham is back to the theater. I know I'm asking you. I know there is nothing A+. Yeah, no, I didn't see anything A+. I was just making, somebody asked if I traded minis or micros, and I said, if I see something that's like an A+, beautiful setup like my face, then like I'll go minis, multiple minis. But if it's not, or if it's kind of then that's why I like futures too, because you can trade the same exact price movement, but just get a different value. So like I like the movement kind of, and then boom, just like that, you go to micros. Like your face is wild. I know, wildly. Oh, watch this. So stunning. I know. My face is wild. It's wildly stunning. Oh, man. Hashtag dad joke. Why did you say day trading Forex isn't good? Because Forex is like watching paint dry. If you want to trade stuff as a day trader that like moves and gives you good movement, then futures are where it's at. I mean, day trading Forex is like the worst thing you can do. Well, no. I take that back. Day trading options is the worst thing you can do. Why? Well, because as I said earlier, if you buy an option, the obvious thing would be if you want it to go up and it goes up, okay, fine, that makes money. The other obvious thing is, okay, well, if it goes down, of course, you lost money. You bought it, you wanted it to go up, it went down. What happens if it goes sideways? Now, the normal person is going to be like, okay, well, that's basically break even because it's neutral. Wrong. In options, that is also you losing money. Because this is where something resides called theta. And in the world of options, if things go sideways, you are losing money. So quite literally, if you're day trading options, of these three things that can happen, 2 of the 3 will cause you to lose money. So in other words, you have a 67% chance of losing money. Which is wise. But Clay, I make money day trading options. That is super impressive. I'm telling you right now, you would do even better in futures because in futures, there is no theta. There is no theta. So, yes, day trading options is definitely even worse than day trading Forex because at least there's no theta in Forex. Forex just moves like it's like paint drying. What's the difference between regular day trading like NVIDIA and futures? Well, futures through a prop firm, NVIDIA, you would need tens of thousands of dollars to get involved. With a prop, so like NVIDIA, let's just look at NVIDIA real quick. That's a good question. So very quickly, if we look at NVIDIA, and, you know, in order to make like a worthwhile, like in order for this thing to move $1, it's basically got to go from here all the way, I mean, even higher, just to make a $1 per share move. So if you're going to make $100 on a dollar share move, you would need 100 shares. Well, how much is 100 shares going to cost you on NVIDIA? Well, if you want 100 shares, you need over $11,000, right? So I mean, let's think about this. I want 100 shares, and it's going to cost me, let's just call it 114 per share. You need $11,400 to just get 100 shares of NVIDIA. So if NVIDIA moves, let's just call it from 114 up to 115. Look at that. That is a huge move. That is a big distance. That's $1 per share. So if you had 100 shares, you just made $100. So it cost you $11,400 to make $100. But let's take a look real quick now at futures. So keep in mind that distance. That was a big old distance. But we're just going to do this. We're going to look at this distance from here to here. So that distance right there, if you look, there is a difference of 20 between those two lines. Now in futures, things are measured in points. So that is a difference of 20 points. 1 point on the NQ is worth $20. So if this little distance here was 20 points and 1 point equals $20, how much was that worth right there? Well, we had a 20-point move, and we know that each point is worth $20, so we got to multiply that by 20. That's $400. That little distance there was worth $400. Now, how much would it have cost you to get involved? Remember, NVIDIA, you needed over $11,000 just to make $100. Here we have the opportunity at $400. But how much would that cost you from your own money? Well, if you're going to do futures through a prop firm, which is what Pam's plan is right here. So through a prop firm, you could go and you could get 25,000 in purchasing power for $105. And with that $105 of those contracts, where one contract equals, 20 points, you could get 3 of those contracts. So this number right here, had you actually had 3 contracts, because this was all done per contract. But if you can get up to 3, then you can multiply that by 3. And right there, that's $1,200. So that little distance that we were looking at was worth $1,200 potentially if you did 3 contracts of an NQ. And how much was required out of your pocket? $105. So that's the big difference. That's why I say when you're day trading stocks, it's very inefficient. It's not a wise use of your capital. Because NVIDIA, literally, people are using over $10,000 to make $100. Or you could use $105 to make way more than that. And not to mention, that was just based off of very, very little movement on the chart. That whole distance was right here. From here to here. Potentially $1,200. Now, of course, I mean, if you go and do on the other extreme, so if you get the 150,000 in purchasing power, which out of your pocket would cost you $252. So for $252, all those contracts, you could have had 15 of those. Now, I'm not saying you should do this, but just for scale. So remember, that little movement was worth $400 per contract. Here we have 15. So 400 times 15, that would have been $6,000. For how much out of your pocket? $252. So that's why I say, if you want to be a day trader, then it is a no-brainer. Nobody has been able to tell me how this is a bad idea in the category of day trading. But if you want to be a day trader, day trade futures through a prop firm. And that is it right there. If you want to use the prop firm that I'm using, that I recommend, and you want to support the channel, check out the link that's on your screen. And it's also tagged in the chat box. If you want to support the channel, use code CLAY. If you want to support somebody else, that's fine too. Go do that. But yeah, I'm sorry, but I have not been able to be convinced or shown how Pam's plant is a bad idea. All I've had is people attack me. But it's like, well, what do I have to do with anything? Let's talk about the idea. Let's talk about Pam's plant. Good job, Nathan. What are the risks of using a prop firm? Your risk would be this. Your risk is just the cost of the account. So on the 25K, your risk is this. Because if you fail the test, so during the test phase, the goal is to move from a test into the pro account. And this is how prop firms work. So got to prove yourself. After you prove yourself, you move to the pro account. Pro account is where you can start to get paid. But your risk is, let's say you don't pass the test. So the way you pass the test for let's just go to the 50K. You've got to show that you can make 3,000, but you're not allowed to lose 2,000. So they're going to force you to manage risk. But once you make 3,000, you move out of the test phase, which also I should note, you can take as long as you want for the test, but I say get it done within a month so that you don't have to pay this monthly fee again. But because once you get into the pro account, I'm talking about the prop firm that I'm using and recommend, but once you get into the pro account, that monthly fee goes away. So, but your biggest risk is, let's say you get the test and you go do something, maybe you go on tilt, maybe you just get stuck in a crazy move and you lose 2,000. So yes, you would lose the account. They would take the account away from you. You can always get the account back, what's called a reset, and a reset costs you $100, but you could get it back. Let's just say, bam, boom, something crazy happens, 2,000 gone. So you've lost the account. But did you actually lose $2,000? No, you didn't. You only lost the $119 that it cost. But if you're in the same exact movement, but using all of your money, guess what? That $2,000 loss, that's your money. That is gone. All 2,000 of it. Now, very quickly, for you very astute followers, I can see some of you saying, wait a second, Clay. This sounds like a scam. How can these people only require $119, yet they're going to let you lose $2,000? Very good question, because the test phase is all within a simulator. So there's no money being actually made or lost. It's just a test because you got to prove yourself. So the same is true. I've had some people say, well, that's like a scam. So I make 3,000, but I don't get to keep any of that. All I get is to move into the pro account and they get to keep my $3,000. No, because again, there wasn't actually 3,000 made. So that it's, all that is happening in a simulator. The goal of the test is to prove yourself so that you can get into the pro phase, and in the pro phase, you start making money. But what's beautiful here is the added risk control via those rules. So you could be in a crazy move, a spike, you could go on tilt, lose your mind, something like that. But again, if you're using your own money and you go on tilt, or you revenge trade, or you FOMO, or you just get stuck in a bad move and you lose 2,000, yeah, that is all 2,000 out of your pocket. In the prop firm world, yes, you'll lose the account itself, but how much did you lose out of your pocket? Well, you only lost the cost of the account. So that is why I say Pam's plant makes a whole lot of mathematical sense. When a prop firm pays out, is that considered earned income? So that is part of Pam's plant. Tax reporting is amazingly easy. How so? With Take Profit Trader, any money you make from trading, they will send you a 1099. That's it. You give your accountant one form, the classic 1099, and that is it. So it doesn't get any easier than that from a tax reporting standpoint. Just hand on over that 1099 form. If you're a beginner, you should start with prop firms, correct, because you'll probably lose, you'll definitely lose at the start. I'm gonna change your statement there, Dylan. You will definitely do dumb things. You will definitely lose at the start, but minimizing your risk will keep you exposed more time for learning opportunities. Well said, Dylan, with that minor tweak. Yes, what Dylan said, exactly. Oh man, we are over 250 likes. Amazing. I just mentioned the TPT 1099 form, and he told me immediately that it's easy, and then he's seen a couple of his clients do the same, and it's best way to date. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's so easy. All you do is get a 1099 form. How nice is that? I think it's pretty nice. More precisely, Clay, the 1099 is for the money they paid you, not taking amount earned. Correct. Yes. That is any money that you withdraw from the account that they send to your bank account. That is what the 1099 would be for. So if you make 100,000 in your prop firm, but you only take out 50,000, the 1099 would be for 50,000. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I reject the premise that day trading stocks, day trading options, day trading forex, or day trading crypto, it just doesn't make any mathematical sense. It is irrational because when you do things that do not make logical sense, by definition, you're doing something irrational. That's why I love math, right? Math is a backbone to logic because all math is it's a way to represent structure. And that's what structure is. Structure is just logic. So it logically makes no sense to day trade any of those other things. But Clay, I make money in those things. That's not the argument. My argument is you're being inefficient. You're working harder, not smarter. Well, Simon, what country are you in? I can answer. What country do you live in? Probably is the answer, but we got to check got to see what country you're in, and then I can give you a more precise answer. I guess we do have a little bull flag here. Do you trust the bull flag? Got to be very leery of this. Whoops. For those of you that have been on the stream for a while, this has been an area that has been absolutely stubborn. It comes from... the voice is starting to go, apparently. I guess we're at 3 hours and 40 minutes, but I mean, the likes just keep creeping up, so... but this is coming from the pivot point right here, that dotted brown line. It has just been a massive thorn in the side of the bulls. It doesn't mean it can't be broken. I'm just saying it makes perfect sense why this move right here, once again, kind of stumbled around because it got near that pivot point. And we're just tracking that pivot point with the teal line here. So that's what that teal line is representing, that 5-minute pivot point. All right, I am not Andrew. You are definitely Andrew. So you are getting banned. Man, that's officially creepy. Like, I feel bad for him. Italy. All right, let's check Italy. I think you're fine. So if you see your country on this list, then unfortunately you will not be able to use what I've been talking about here. Where's the eyes? There we go. You're good. No Italy in the eye section. So you would be just fine. So yes, you can go get signed up. And if, like I said, you want to support the channel, you want to get the discount, which is 30% off and then no activation fee. Code Clay. Code Clay. How does the test account differ from the pro account? Because in the pro account, you can start to make that money. Money you make, you get to request. or I first watched you when you trade when I began learning in 2021. When did you switch from pennies? Dude, I haven't been in penny stocks since like 2000, I don't know, 2008. But I did switch away from stocks and options day trading back in November. My community finally convinced me to try futures. And then I did the prop firm thing, and I was like, oh yeah, they've been right. So I should give credit where credit's. None of this is like, I didn't like discover this. I've been being told this. Now, not necessarily Pam's plant. I came with Pam plants to organize the argument. But people have been using this argument towards me for like literally the past 2 or 3 years within my private community. But I've just been a stubborn donkey. So, yeah. So like I said, as someone that has day traded options and day traded stocks for literally over a decade, futures are so much better. So much better. Hey, Clay, in the breakdown of the tests, Pro and Plus, it says the Pro is a sim environment. Yes, you still get paid. That's where you always got to be very careful with prop firms. Will they pay you? Will they pay you? And Take Profit Trader has a history of paying. Many members have been paid by them. I've been paid by them. So yes, they do pay. But that is an attribute that you got to be. There are some prop firms that are super shady, super sketchy. That's why I'm not throwing out and putting my name next to every single prop firm out there. But Take Profit Trader, very, very good for beginners. Gets your foot in the door. Some prop firms are solid too, but they just have way more rules and it's more complicated. It can get very overwhelming and confusing. So for a beginner entering into the world of prop firm trading, that's why I love Take Profit Trader. Plus they have a great payment policy, which makes it, that much better. Yeah. The test account is it's paper trading. It's not real money, but you are being tested so that you can move in the next phase of then being able to get paid. Whereas if you're just doing paper trading on your own, well, then, you don't have any upside. Like there's no chance you're actually going to ever make money because you're just paper trading. But in the prop firm, you're working your way through the system, and you'll end up with the account type that will get you paid. Will a prop firm teach you how to trade and manage risk? No, I can do that though. I do that. They will force you to manage risk though, which is part of Pam's plan, which is right here. Added risk control, the rules. Yeah, you can't go act like a cowboy. They have rules, and these rules are designed to force you to focus on risk control, which I argue is a good thing. So that is a huge benefit. If you want to be forced to learn how to manage risk and focus on risk, there you go. A prop firm will force you to do that. Did you answer the question regarding the pro, monthly fee for? There are no monthly fees in the pro accounts. Only the test phase has a monthly fee, which is why I say just get that thing passed within a month. All right, I should have brought this up earlier, but I am doing a free live webinar. So a lot of new people here, a lot of people seemingly wanting to learn how to build consistency, most importantly manage risk. So if you're interested in learning about the tools that I'm using to do this, how the tool should be used, how they should not be used, and a good attitude towards trading, sort of an attitude that seems to make sense but doesn't actually make sense, and a whole lot more, then I'll put this link in the chat box and you can go sign up for it. It'll be next week. It is totally free, so make sure you go sign up for that. Would love to have you. And if you are interested in joining my private community, there may or may not be a special deal that's part of the sign-up sequence for this. So this is totally free. But I'm not confirming or denying, but if you do get signed up for this and you're interested in getting a good deal on my yearly private community that I offer, there may or may not be a good deal for that. And then if you do want to join my private community, I'll throw this link out here. Check out that link for the private community. Would love to have you. We have many good traders in there. And really, I think the biggest bit of value from the community is your ability to network with other quality traders. Ask very successful traders questions. Pick their brains. And as long as you're showing that you're being serious, that they're very friendly and they'll help out. So I'd say that's the biggest attribute right there. So check that out. Hey, great channel. I'm a prop firm trader. Unfortunately, I've now blown 5 test accounts, working on my 6th. Proudly survived a month and in the positive. Yeah, no, that's part of it. And you've probably lost all of about $500 with all those test accounts and all the experience, all the lessons you've learned for about $500 Whereas if you're using your own money, I mean, you probably lost over $10,000 of money. Good thing that's not yours. Thank you, Mark. Thanks you, Patient Trader. All right, I'm officially mentally dead. We're at 3 hours and 45 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and call this good. I may do some sort of live stream tomorrow. I don't know my schedule. I've been doing some early morning coffees and stuff like that. But I'm not going to commit to anything right now. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. And if I do come on and do a stream tomorrow, that'll let you know. But like I said, I am totally burnt out on this one. But thank you. We crushed the new record here. So if you have not yet hit that like button, please do that. Make sure you're a subscriber to the channel. And yeah, if you want to support, you want to get involved in Pam's plant, make sure you use the link at the top of the screen or the message that's tagged in the chat box here and use code CLAY. That'll give you the discount, 30% off, and the $0 activation fee. And like I said, it's just a very easy way to help support the channel. So thank you everybody for your time. I wish you all a great weekend, and I will for sure be back Monday at the very latest, 11 a.m. Eastern time. But everybody have a fantastic week.